We have all the information. We have all the intel.
Yes, we do. We're ready. We're ready. Have you reported to General Wordsworth?
We have coordinates for the geek mob. They came in. We just landed.
Yes, okay.
General Wordsworth, proceed.
Salute the general, I don't do subliminals. Beefing like the Florida Gators versus Seminoles. Us against them in the streets recruiting criminals. Ready for war, gas, nuclear or chemical. Practice what I preach, but don't call me a reverend. Probably see me walking to heaven with Jordan 11s. Still young, more to come, but they call me a legend. 6:55 now, interview calling 7. Tired of winter, now down to Florida heading. Good rhymes, good times since Florida Evans. Looking for enemies, look around, they all in your presence. In the club, in the studio, they all in your sessions. Got a dame named Latoya, body of a stripper but the brain of a lawyer. From Spain now in Georgia, leather furniture with our names that's embroidered. White carpet, shoes off, must remain in the foyer. Paid checks, always stay fresh on stage dress. Home from tour, record an album with a day's rest. No option, the plan is that you all dead. Salute the general, put your hand to your forehead.
When you see me on the streets, see me on the streets, see me on the streets.
Salute the general.
See me on the streets, see me on the streets, see me on the streets.
Salute the general.
See me on the streets, see me on the streets, see me on the streets.
Salute the general.
See me on the streets, see me on the streets, see me on the streets.
Salute the general.
Salute the paratrooper with power maneuvers or paddle canoers deep in Shit's Creek filled with cattle maneuver. I'm packing a Ruger, thinking about jacking the Uber, crashing the Uber. Play dead, cancel my future, that was a blooper. Hop down, Back to the Future, Marty McFly, DeLorean, classic commuter. It's been an honor having been saluted by a legend in music. Hypothetically, allegedly recruited by the doofus with a mega movement of weird followers that play D&D at 53 against college nerds. Still believe crime is alive in the omniverse and say it what the #1 Silver Surfer comics worth. I'm still the leader of the geeks and the freaks and the weirdos and the nerds from the city to the birds. Salute words for the vivid verse, iconic individual. Hand above the eyebrow now.
Salute the general.
When you see me on the streets, see me on the streets, see me on the streets.
Salute the general.
See me on the streets, see me on the streets, see me on the streets.
Salute the general.
See me on the streets, see me on the streets, see me on the streets.
Salute the general.
See me on the streets, see me on the streets, see me on the streets.
Salute the general.
Sometimes it be like, look, check it out, yo. Look. I got the antidote. It's like cantaloupe.
Send that fire, y'all.
Even your mammy know. I ain't fucking around. Bitch, I be with them hitters all the time, motherfucker. These niggas must be out they fucking mind from the gutter. I represent cause all my niggas hold it down. Leave your body without a trace in the lost and found. Bitch, I be with them hitters all the time, motherfucker. These niggas must be out they fucking mind from the gutter. I represent cause all my niggas hold it down. Leave your body without a trace in the lost and found. Bitch, I'm tired of all these bitch niggas hating on me. Fact, I keep my niggas on the side, you know they waiting for me. Yup, you get your soul snatched right now, transform, bitch. I'm about to infiltrate, I'm about to brainstorm. Who the fuck these niggas think they is? I body bitches. You niggas fake fucks, you get your face cut. Shit, I'm never playing no games, I never fuck around. 100 niggas on stage, I'm about to shut it down. Yep, all my life up in the booth, I've been the fucking truth. Wow, say my name 3 times like I'm Beetlejuice. These niggas thinking they can rap, I got real bars. Enough to give a nigga life, bitch, I should write us down. Bitch, I'm the living proof, the fuck these niggas hating for. Talking sideways out your mouth, I Kanye your jaw. I A boogie these niggas, they gon' fucking drown. This just an introduction, welcome to the lost and found. Bitch, I be with them hitters all the time, motherfucker. These niggas must be out they fucking mind from the gutter. I represent cause all my niggas hold it down. Leave your body without a trace in the lost and found. Bitch, I be with them hitters all the time, motherfucker. These niggas must be out they fucking mind from the gutter. I represent cause all my niggas hold it down. Leave your body without a trace in the lost.
4 minutes.
I mean, I wrote this note to my
25
father.
seconds
Man.
left. 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
Now if there ever was a time that I felt more alive, it's right now on my skin. I let my melanin shine. I'm from the roots where you would call the heart and soul of a trench. It's hard to stay above the water when you're born in the abyss. This ain't a sob story, it's my story. It's for my father, man, I just wish you had the time for me. But my mother managed with no choice, she had a man to raise. And it didn't help that every man was sad to take your place. Do you know how much I was tripping? 12 years old, I was gripping. Never in class, I was skipping. They wanted smoke, I was with it. Cause you would do it, going hard for my siblings. I never ran for no nigga. Man, I would blame on a nigga. That wasn't you, that was just stupid. You were the role model. Never listen to moms. Yeah, I was hard-headed, and we never had that bond. Till I was in the jam and realized who really went hard. The same one that never left, the same one to post a bond. No shots, cause you pops though. You spent the block though. You was the man around the hood with the rocks though. But really take a good look at Chris, Nicky, and Roscoe. They ain't built for this life with no guidance, why would they not go? And not to put you on blast, this is real shit. And even though it breaks my heart, I gotta spill this. This a real situation I gotta deal with in hopes that I can help other fathers to never hear this. I wrote this letter to my father. I hope it's no hard feelings. And if it's anything you taught me, you know I gotta be the realest. Superhero, turn to a super villain. Superhero, turn to a super.
Baby, you're my flower, and I can't stop your blossom. I can see your roots alive, but that ain't been the problem. You disguise your feelings, I had them in so often. You be asking questions, think your answers would just solve it. Do you love me? Do you love me now? Do you love me? Do you love me now? Do you love me? Do you love me now? Do you love me? Do you love me now? My power puff, buttercup, got a bubble butt. She ain't got a pop it cause her mouth be popping off enough. Hot head, praying she can let up, nigga, goddamn. I ain't fucking bitches, they just my friends. Plus a bird is of a feather and I'm not down. What's it gonna take for you to get that lesson locked in? Key, it's a major problem when we can't squash beef now. It'd be some bullshit if I show my options in the full list of your petty foolishness. You thought you give me gold, but I ain't cool with it, cause you're my jewel. I got to handle precious, if I didn't, it'd be cruel. Solitary, diary to open would be scary. You ghosting doing barely mention anything that's necessary. Let it go, I know you got some feelings that you carry weight. Please just choose the purpose of my pressure. I can give you less love, especially when you got a nigga guessing. Don't worry, I'ma stick with bad to better. But
40 seconds left, y'all.
That might be forever. Cause baby, you're my flower, and I can't stop your blossom. I can see your roots alive, but that ain't been the problem. You just got your feelings, I had them in so often. You be asking questions, take your answers with your soul.
Is this the way to the nearest cipher? Cause I kinda just need to go to the bathroom. But
yo, listen, it's hip hop shit, it's off the rip hot. Sick, I'm Alfred Hitchcock. Shit, I'm awkward, it's not. $20 pit stops. Got me walking 6 dogs. 20 hours TikTok. Rest in peace to Big Pog. Homie, I will always spit that fire if this shit knocks. Heavy likes the crown, either you down or you can kick rocks. Nonsense done got the rap game going flip-flop. People be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Chris? Stop. I don't have a clue of what is wrong with me, shit, dog. Always up in space, y'all preparing for the lift, dog. I am never frozen like, who the fuck's a Chris, dog? How many puzzles on the floor can my kid solve? Yo, shout out to Space Boy, he be having split talks. Rolling up a joint while he writing in the whip toss. You about to witness something epic, yeah, we lit, y'all. Drake's heavy blitz, the generally modern Chris nonsense. Aw, man.
Know that I'm blessed. 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 Speak the truth, the only way that I step. Life in me, earn my way from this death. Hello world, no I don't have to flex. Spreading love, though the truth will upset. Only one judge, but they label your death. Cooking flows, guess I'm labeled a chef. Too much truth, now I'm labeled a threat. No wax from a blessed tribe. You can see the light when God make it shine. Know the devil love it when he got your mind. When the truth in you, you can see the lies. I'm the one that tell you never idolize. Tell me when the idol gave the people life for the chose people. Here to seek you. I'ma paint this lyric in a see-through. Lose your pastor, you are the church. Can't a man teach you what the spirit work? Understanding knowledge and wisdom and patience, truth alone with the holy visions. You could all get it, praise the most high. No, I wouldn't speak it if it was a lie. See my flow realer than the advertise. You can't advertise what I advertise.
No, you already know what it is, man. Get yourselves in, sent to our narrow in order to get in the lineup. We are just about to start in right now.
Autobots, share the stream.
a salmonella filled sandwich dinner, homie. I will kill a beater, man. I'm iller than a caterpillar, chilling, having cigarettes with oddish in a wonderland umbrella. Then a kid within a magic.
You already know what it is. If you are here pretty much for the first time, we are a live music reaction and review show for independent artists, producers, and bands across the globe. Oh my, hold on, man. My I didn't even know my camera was frozen. So good thing I was looking at that. Hold on, let me fix that. So I don't look like I'm just sitting here praying or something. All right. There we go. All right, so welcome to That Dorky Review Show. I'm your host, Nonsense, aka Dork Genius, aka Chris Nonsense, aka your mama's favorite dork, aka your dork for hire, aka El Dorky Corbon, aka Dorquiso 15, aka your mama's favorite dork, aka the dork are too many damn names or whatnot. But we are a live music reaction and review show for independent artists, producers, and bands across the globe. We play everything from your songs, whether they are unfinished or something that is released, music videos, live performances if you got them. The only thing that we try not to play is anything that is industry related. All that means is if you are trying to send you just simply a fan of Drake or Kendrick or something, you trying to send their songs to the show, don't do that. Also, do not rap to their instrumental, like their beats, and then try to send that to the show. It literally will pick up as if it's the same thing, as if we're just playing Kendrick, and it'll affect the stream in terms of where it can be saved, and you know, maybe it'll be blocked, muted, flagged, all that good stuff. We're live on YouTube and TikTok or whatnot. We literally just started, so you guys are just on time or whatnot. Again, the submission method is via our Narrow. Get yourselves in, and we'll pretty much start rating and doing the live reactions. Try to give this any genre is fine. Try to give constructive criticism and feedback. Anything that comes to your mind when you're listening to the song helps the artist. If there are certain things that seem like it needs to be fixed before a final release, sometimes we do have submissions that are from Spotify or something like that, so they've already gone and put stuff on all platforms. But I kid you not, there will still be people who didn't get the mix done or things like that before they went to certain areas. So anything that you hear or even see when it comes to the music videos that they might send does help them elevate and get things a little bit better. Be patient if you are on that free line, and if you do not want to wait, you can skip that line. It also allows you to get more than one of your song played throughout the stream and in a back-to-back fashion if needed or whatnot. And you guys can of course skip via, whether you do it via the Narrow, whether you do it via Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, and or the potential galaxies on TikTok and so like that. Anything that's a galaxy and above will, you know, count for the skips you guys are trying to get. I do appreciate your patience as we roll through, and again, let's go ahead and kind of get things started. If you have any other questions, you know, feel free to ask in the chat. Hope you guys have fun. Grab a bag of popcorn, a hot dog, or whatever y'all trying to do while y'all watch the show, man. I think that's it. We do giveaways on the show. We happen to reach a certain amount by the end of the stream, so if you guys end up skipping the line throughout, those who do skip the line will often be on those giveaway wheels. So good luck in case we do you know, get some for that. First up, we have J-Dub with Out My Way. Rate this in the chat, 1 to 10. Any and out feedback is welcome. Let's see what you do on this. Hold on, let me press this.
I've been getting so rich, I've been caught up in the glitch. Call that boy a fucking bitch, beat his ass live on Twitch. I'll never fold, yeah, you know my mind is made of gold. I've been going fast, 280 on this road. Run, 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 keep on running. Gun, 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 keep on gunning. Fun, 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 making money. Don't down 100, bitch, you know I've been real. I've been grabbing at these bands, I know I just got this feel. I'll be driving in the Lambos with the $250,000 deal. I'll be smoking hella blunts with my lungs made of steel. Bitch, you know I've been real, I've been flying in the plane. Talking all that shit, I'm just trying to stay sane. Spitting all this fire and I'm feeling like a flame. I just shot that boy, now his body in a drain. Run, 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 keep on running. Gun, 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 keep on gunning. Fun, 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 making money. Dumb, dumb,
did I just see you say reasons? Oh no, what the
bitch,
hell?
you could never find. Smoking on that sticky slime. I be high on the dime. You just tryna realign. Bitch, I be on that time. You just gotta get in line with that bitch you never find. Think you should just take a sign. Get a different life. Maybe roll a different dice. Maybe get something that's nice. Like a chain with ice. Burgers for eating rice. Bet you friends with them mice. Everything I sacrifice. My life been like a heist. Run, 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 keep on running. Gun, 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 keep on gunning. Fun, 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 making money. Dumb, 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 he a dummy. Sounding like a dumbass, man, you can't even speak. I've been smoking hella pounds and I smoke by the week. I've been posting on the block and it feel like I tweak. But I don't give a fuck, post a song with that beat. Run, 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 keep on running. Gun, 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 keep on gunning. Fun, 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 making money. Dumb, 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 he a dummy.
Also, by the way, you know, I often pronounce your name. I just say J-Dub, right? But is the 941 also a part of it, right? Because you know sometimes you'll have that, I guess, as the name. Is it something that people should pronounce when they do, you know, just kind of introduce you and stuff, you know, just again, for the purposes of, I know how we are as artists, and often we have very specific ways of either saying our name, and we want, and I think deserve that respect, right? Overall, man, it's an honor to be able to do this show because I get to see the growth of a lot of you guys and the various lanes that you are in. Like, again, I always had to bring it up that this specific artist really did kind of start at a certain place. At least when he was sending to our show, it felt like he didn't have a structure with some of the records in terms of where melody should go, flow, just like how one should actually rap or sing to the record. And over time, right, and why I love review shows is because we can use the information to get better and figure those things out. It'll help us think outside the box. And so I've seen you get better, and at least hit a point where the records that you do are decent and don't get the dorky don't play that will often hit if the record is somewhere near the you know, anything below I think a 30 or something like that. If people are scoring it in that way, it needs a hell of a lot of work or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? With this, again, I see a little bit more confidence. I see structure. I see you have more or less a chorus. I can kind of imagine a music video to it. I did wonder how you were going to attack it because knowing that you can get in there with these straight raps, no melodies, and then the style with the melodies, I was wondering which side you were going to take within it. People will always potentially feel that most artists who use autotune need a little less of it, and if you're going to use it, I feel like the best kind of atmospheric delay, reverb, kind of polished sound is always welcomed when it comes to certain records. This does feel like something that you would have a feature on it with a like straight rapper though, if that was something. Like you always kind of make records every now and then with what's his name and stuff, so I must feel like that could potentially be one of those. Let me see. You said yes, 941 is part of my name. Sorry, and I went a little back. Now that, and again, that's good to know because you know, the way I've been saying it probably to you has been like when you shorten someone's name or whatnot instead of giving the long version. But if it's something that should be there. You know, I do want to know that. So 9-4, is it 941 J-Dub or 941 J-Dub? And like if you type either of those in the chat, it's gonna look like the same freaking thing or whatnot. So let me know which one. Since you were Skip G. Hey yo, Dre said, that's what's up. That's what's up. Give me a moment. Let me see what we got. Let me go up and down and also make sure we're good over here. That's right. Shout out to Jacob Boffman. Yeah, any genre. Get yourself in. All right, so it's all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You got my respect, man. Listen, you got my respect. Okay. Let me see. You said, what's up? I thought you were saying WhatsApp, Dolan. And so I was like, we don't have a WhatsApp yet. Stronger every day was freaking good. You said looking for a few while I pack and so that. Shout out to Wallflower. And you say you were going to an appointment potentially. Let's see. I used to check your email and I sent you a form for whitelisting for tokens catalog, so that could help I mean, how much did we get through of that album? We probably had like 4 or 5 songs left when we tried to do that. Let me see what we got right quick. Thank you. Hold on, let me refresh the TikTok on this side as well and see what we got from A.O. Dre. I always say his name like that. Hey yo Dre. Hey yo Dre. Yeah, what up, dog? Hold on, let's see. All right, one song. Let's go ahead and drop that in. Let's go and drop that, yeah. Oh. He said, my dog.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me. I love gold. I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be just because.
Do I need to reset? Yeah. So give me a second, because we just started today's stream. So that's that. And let's see. So this one is OBW, right? If there's a parentheses in there, you know, so let us know. A.O. Dre, Jack Frost. Is it really Jack Frost or is it Jack Frost? And then 4-Way Baby is the name of the track or whatnot. So we're gonna throw this in, and you know, as always, rate it in the chat. Let them know how you feel and what you hear. He does do videos, so if you hear something you want to work on in there, you know, more than likely we'll get it. Oh, it is Frost.
I do calm music. I make bomb music. Never had a mom music. Nobody put us on the music. Nobody showed us what nobody told us. Who nobody showed us how to do it. I keep it underground like your dead homies. What they down there doing? I do this shit to influence you. Everybody gonna influence you, but everybody ain't gonna show you the right way. Everybody ain't like Dre. I get money in real life, ayy. I live alone, nobody in my space. I move alone so I can beat my case. Please be cautious how you move around me. I risk my life to keep mine safe. Ain't nothing safe about no safety. I'm just trying to make it back home safely. I know some niggas probably wanna waste me. Couple hoes that claim to hate me. Several that love me greatly. So deep I can't let you take me. I've been keeping my attention on the currency. Now the guap getting thick is crazy. I pull out my bread and do that thing that all niggas do when they get them some money. I swoop through the cash with my thumbs windshield and side to side. Can't see no numbers, only color codes. Them all 20s, 50s, 100s look like a rainbow on a pot of gold.
I eat bread for dinner. Are you ready? Are you ready for work? they printing dinner. I throw money on my bitch and safe to say she drinking dinner. I'm so motherfucking greedy, I never say we rich little nigga. Hey. Official breadwinner, I eat bread for dinner. Are you ready? Are you ready for work? Cause every day they printing dinner. I throw money on my bitch and safe to say she drinking dinner. I'm so motherfucking greedy, I never say we rich little nigga. Hey, hey, hey.
Come through the paper 20s, 50s, 100s, I'm on now. Living life in the fast lane, need to slow it down. I ain't had shit, I got a little change, I guess I changed now. I was down bad, I got a bad bitch and I swap them out. Haters gon' talk long as me that they talk about. I got some family that don't check on me. Nike just sponsored me, I gotta check on me. Hot in the kitchen, I'm whipping up recipes, money the mission and leaving a legacy. Shot to give me brain, head and telepathy. Give her the business at work, this the industry. Water on me, looking like liquid mercury. Diamond dancing, looking like it be surfing. Wipe out, you can't even see me with the lights out. You can't even see me, what you talking about. We ain't even Steven, I'm a powerhouse. Bitch, I'ma move like a boss move. You can have 7 receipts like a bar stool. I'm a fool with the heat, guess I'm wigging out. Got the drip, got the sauce and it's spilling out. Fuck your bitch, so I guess I'm the villain now. Tryna figure out, I guess she chose me. I ain't never getting cold feet, feeling lovely. I be getting on my OG, if you know me. This rap shit feeling cozy. I'm a OG, ride the beat, that's the course.
I eat bread for dinner. Are you ready? Are you ready for work? Cause every day they printing dinner. I throw money on my bitch and safe to say she drinking dinner. I'm so motherfucking greedy, I never say we rich little nigga. Hey. Official breadwinner, I eat bread for dinner. Are you ready? Are you ready for work?
Like a posse track kind of thing, right?
Dinner. I throw money on my bitch and safe to say she drinking dinner. I'm so motherfucking greedy, I never say we rich little nigga. Hey, 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 hey.
I don't know about you, but we get money over here.
What do y'all think about that? One of 10 enough feedback is welcome in the cusp as we proceed to give y'all what you need, man. A little bit of a vibe, of course. For people who don't know, I always love a vibe, right? Something that has that either lo-fi, that jazzy, that neo-soul meets hip-hop or certain elements in there. This one has sort of a little bit of a bop to it, right? It's not necessarily slower, but allows people to get in there in sort of like both ways, whether you decide to rap a little bit faster or to go slow and have a little bit of a southern kind of swag or whatnot. I like what each artist did on this record. Like, you all came at it with your own styles that I think meshed well with it. And it's always dope to see how different artists do work together. And like, everything is always important, including the order in which each artist goes on a track, right? Just going through those processes and trying to figure out like what should happen is always another just like fun process of making music. Now, the other thing is, I am familiar with more or less either the beat or the sample. I'm pretty sure you, A.O. Dre, have possibly come across an artist who goes by Versace. He gets in there. He gets in there with production that you might rap on, but he's an R&B singer or whatnot. And so he did come to the show quite a bit ago with a record, I think, on like either that beat or just at least the sample, more or less. But I'm only saying that, and I'm gonna play a little bit of it so you can see what I'm talking about, to say that he could have also been on the record with you guys as well, like, or vice versa, right? Like, there was a dope way to sort of like combine forces. As a DJ, I basically would still throw them back to back as dope mixes or whatnot. Literally. Look at it.
Please don't try to press me like I'm a bad dude. You always just catch me when I'm in a bad mood. I don't mean to act rude, how I act it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have been out there with y'all with like one extra verse. That would have been nice.
I don't mean to act rude, how I
say? You said this was at least to be from 2022, so possibly you are correct, yeah?
Yeah, I learned my lesson. It left an impression as soon as it came to me. Just to you shouldn't have mentioned hit me when you texting just to complain to me.
So, anyways, I'll leave it at that or whatnot. But I thought that, again, another reason why I'm mentioning that is because it's very hard for various artists to actually have the same beat and to actually make a decent song to where they don't feel like they're just like, you know how like people will have a challenge and there's a beat that a lot of artists go after and try to make their their thing with it, but you feel like it's a challenge, you don't feel like it's an official song. Both of you guys felt like you made something that is official, that I rock with. I would play them both and not feel like they're stepping on each other's toes. So for me, I think that's always something that is importante. Let me see what you guys were saying right quick. Nice verse from Infinity Truth in there. You know what I'm saying? Much support for nobody. Appreciate that. Trimming, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate the likes. What's up? What's good? How you doing? Let me see. And then the light lights was speaking good. What's popping? Welcome. And then let me see. And you is just laughing over there. Or I guess the dorky face. You said stop rapping on Beatstar Beats in 2025. Let me see. Then BL raps. I mean, so ultimately the thing that I do like doing though, like if I know I have a beat that other artists may get, maybe it's a leasing kind of situation or something like that, like I'm able to produce too. So if ever I'm gonna flip it a little bit different. I personally don't like being the same as someone else, because I don't want to run into that problem of potentially the competition between the two. And so there are more things that I would add if I was doing a version as well, just to try to stand out. And so that's always another option when it comes to like the production that you get on. At that point, you become a little bit of an executive producer, and you show people what else is possible on it. The goal in my mind is to make people feel like, yo, where'd you get that version of the beat, right? And they'll look at you as like a new definitive version of it. Definitely let us know when it's out. Shit is fire as fuck. Spurt was saying, yeah, Spurt was rocking with that. I saw some of your comments in there. He said fix the EQ on the hook a bit. Let me see. And then for Shoji noted. Then back. Okay, hold on. Let me go up a little bit more in there. And then yeah. Shout out. All right, we should be back in the line up. Give us a moment. To go back in the line. All right, we have GP up right now with Try It. So let's see what you bring to the table. What up, Liquid? Let's see, this is a YouTube video potentially. Hold on, let's go ahead and put the name in here and go whoop.
Yo, check, nonsense with the face palm. Vince Vaughn's been in space lost with his face gone. Still a race causing a faint yawn. It's his baseball. Stay chill or remain calm. Take pills every day. Nah, I don't take pills. I just smoke
every day now. Like
back with another hit, Mac with the double cook, bagged her with the alias. She never knew my government. I can't put my trust in a bitch. I know they a switch. Never put my trust in a nigga, I know they a snitch. Ain't serving life behind some shit he could've walked on. I pray for all my op shit, bout to get dark for him. Same niggas you will push it for, push it on ya. You're staying close enough to flee, soon they a swarm ya. You could, but you really shouldn't try it. His mouth wrote a check, but his ass couldn't buy it. My niggas come through swarming like a riot. Be the last thing you see, cause when we see you, you dying. You staying close enough to trill, you should learn something. I feel safest in the hood full of turnt youngins. All nightmares, all got they gun on them. I stand tall and walk like, bitch, I'm one of them. I get money and I win a lot, but I'm humble. Finna drill your bitch like a spinning top. If we talking rap, I'm elite. But you gotta go viral to blow if you wanna eat. I miss the underground, the internet full of trolls, dick eaters, weirdos, and fucking clowns. But the hood full of rats, fuck, I hate it here. But I'm true determined to have my greatest share. Can't nothing stop that, got the 40 cock back, big pistols. My bitches carry compacts. Ride with me and catch contact. Shit, I'm a quarter pound in on a pound, I ain't buy yet. I rose up and rose the fuck out. I need that Rose truck ASAP before the month out. Hot songs, I never run out. And I don't pump fake, I don't take pictures with my gun out. Bust out, GP, Red Man, Red Alert. Taking this shit to the top. Fuck out of here, nigga.
This one definitely should have been a posse track right here. Cause I like the beat, I like the energy that we have within there. I feel like your voice signature with a few others would have been something dope if there are, you know, like I feel like we all have certain artists that we would, you know, do a sort of, you know, project with. And or, you know, just other artists out there that we rock with that we can, you know, throw on a, you know, I usually call it like a 4 horsemen, you know, kind of record, a 3 amigos kind of scenario. Whatever the case, it does feel like something we want more of. Even if it was just you know, maybe 2 more verses, showing us what else you could do. Because I do like that beat. I get it. Okay, understand. I know there's the act of short form content, but I feel like those should be relegated and focused on the short form platforms, the again, the IGs, the TikToks and stuff like that. But then you should lead them to a long form video from that. Like, it almost makes no sense you guys don't think about giving your listeners their money's worth in a multitude of ways. So I'm always trying to push the idea of doing extended versions of your songs, you know, versions where there are slight alterations with certain elements, whether it's added artist, more verse from you, different elements in the production and stuff. It gives people another reason to listen to that song, that project, whatever it might be. And then again, you have a better chance, because everything else, I feel like most people, you trying to get people to stream your song, right? And you know how many streams it freaking takes to really even get a fairly decent, what you would feel like is a hearty paycheck, you know what I'm saying? And so that game is a long game. But if you do things like put it on platforms where, okay, maybe somebody has to buy a piece of merch from you, and then that merch costs a certain amount. If they buy that, then they get the extended version, you know, for free or whatnot. Or you just put it on the things like Bandcamp, and people can opt in for things with the higher prices and stuff. It's however you want to do it, but I will always recommend you guys do something a little bit more. The only time that I don't is if you are boring, not saying anything, or if you're too repetitive. Like if it doesn't really matter whether or not you are on the record and we aren't really paying attention in the first place, then you're not doing enough. The producer would be ashamed in that case as well. Like, you know, and you want the listeners, the producer, potential people who are already fans of you to always want more and then have a way to give them that. That's just my opinion. Everybody can have a different one. Let us know how you felt. Now, some of you guys on TikTok, if you don't have the YouTube side open, search That Dorky Review Show. When we're playing music videos and stuff like that, you guys will be able to see the visuals from the artist as well. But like that was pretty much professional in terms of what we're seeing or whatnot. I look for those cuts, potentially slow motion moments, just different shots and you know, just to see how much work is really done within there. And then Wallflower said intros, interludes, and outros. Yeah, like those, that's the exception right there. If it is one of those three, we don't mind. But I think it does help to know if you have a record that even if you meant for it to be an intro, to know that it's good enough to go past that. You know what I mean? Like I would definitely be obligated to make more song in that case. Let me see. What up, Greasy? And I said that was everyone's night, man. Listen, we doing awfully dorky today. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Be ill with freaking popping. And you said this was like if Cinematic met Yellow Wolf. Interesting or whatnot. I'm curious on what elements that you heard in that, right? Because from cinematic, when I think of him at all, I think about the layers that he adds in his vocals, the almost harmonization, even if he's not singing, but he'll have like the high tones and the low tones in there, and most of what I feel like he does will sound like an anthem. So for me, when I think cinematic, it's always that anthem nature. I'm curious on what side you are thinking about. But also shout out to Yellow Wolf. I'll probably see a little bit more Yellow Wolf than cinematic in that. Let's see. Let me see if we can go back in the line up. And also the TikTok dial. Hold up, man. You said no transition is crazy. On TikTok, whole different vibe. Yeah, listen, so we just got the straight view. We got this straight view over here, whatnot. If you aren't for all the bells and whistles and extensive amount of things that you can see moving on screen or whatnot, you know, you come here to take that slight break or whatnot. And you know, it's just chill. So I do have transitions, by the way, but I can only do it if I'm using TikTok Studio. The problem is I cannot use both TikTok Studio and OBS at the same time, or my computer will explode. So, no, I've tried it. And it takes almost like 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to pull up a record. Let's say if it was, you know what? I really haven't tried doing that though. If everything were to come to narrow, right? And maybe if I were to mandatorily make all the submissions have to be MP3 or something like that, because then I can just hit play. That probably would work with both going on, but again, I don't want to like. I finally got this stream back to normal working mode. Wallflower knows, like past few streams, it would just kind of go in and out in terms of the drop frames and stuff. It just suddenly started doing that. But I finally got that back to working mode. So I ain't trying to strain. the stream like crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? Let me see. Thank you for the likes, Gabrielle. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the follow as well. If you are an artist yourself, please send your music to Nero so we can get you in the lineup, man. We're gonna go ahead and hit up the next song in the lineup. Wizzo. Any relation to Lizzo, or you just, that's just how you decided? I decided. I mean, I could do the mobile view. I could do the opposite, right? Where I do the mobile view on the YouTube side, and then the TikTok Studio for TikTok. However, mobile view, for whatever reason, like TikTok allows me to add a banner up top, right? It's probably the only platform that kind of allows to do that, because I haven't seen that ability with IG either. So you know, we get at least other bells and whistles on this end that do help out. All right, let's see what we got. Crazy 8. If some of you guys remember, Wizzo Sent yesterday had a more or less like hip hop kind of neo soul situation, something that felt like J. Cole, Lupe, and so on would rap too. And I told y'all that like he has a lot of different styles. He's someone who is universal and very versatile with these styles that he can have, right? So this shows you something a little bit more in that trap centric lane. Depending on how you look at things or whatnot, it's a little bit different. Give him y'all thoughts.
Fuck on the hoe from the back. I'm on that ass immediately. Banging the hoe out of tracks. Reverse. Pulling the hell like bitch don't leave. You better work for this cash. I don't get money out easily. I got these fuck niggas mad. Goofy ass niggas expecting loyalty. Nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah. Okay, these hoes don't give a fuck about you. A hoe ain't the same as a woman, man. Do you a favor, cuff for loose. You cannot say I ain't warn you, man. These hoes confused. They wanna fuck on you and be through. This what I do. Fuck on your hoe like she crazy, eh? I asked her how many rounds. She looked back at it and told me you're crazy, eh? Now I gotta dig her down. Walk, wham, walk, wham, walk. Pussy get beat to the ground. Walk, wham. One down, but we still got 7 more rounds. 7 more. Fuck on your hoe like she crazy, eh? I asked her how many rounds. She looked back at it and told me you're crazy, eh? Now I gotta dig her down. Walk, wham, walk, wham, walk. Pussy get beat to the ground. Walk, wham. One
yeah, not a big fan of
but
beat.
we still got 7 more rounds. 7 more. You hoes ain't getting no money from me. This dick ain't free. I don't give a damn if you in heat. You want this dick, better pay your fee. You see big money when it cash on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ain't running no game on me. I'ma beat that pussy up for free. Wham, yeah, wham, yeah, wham. I am your only fan. Subscribe to this dick. You didn't have to pay to start a OnlyFans. Okay, same thing. The only difference is you ain't draining my pockets. The fuck you thought I was? A bank reverse. Reverse. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fuck on your hoe like she crazy, eh? I asked her how many rounds. She looked back at it and told me you're crazy, eh? Now I gotta dig her down. Walk, wham, walk, wham, walk. Pussy get beat to the ground. Walk, wham. One down, but we still got 7 more rounds. 7 more.
It's something different. I'm fucking lifted. Like, listen, there's another time when you got to fake it money in the bank, so go and gift it to. All right, what do you guys think this is? 1 to 10. Any and all feedback is welcome. I see that slow motion kind of music video thing. Again. It's crazy when you do see the different sides and then you go to different kind of records, right? This one, I do still feel like it needs a polish when it comes to the mix, so it can be a little bit more professional. I remember like when I first heard it, feeling like, you know, I like aspects of the beat because it reminds me of like a video game, right? Something, you know, very 8-bit. In between like that Super Nintendo, you know, kind of era, and something just like very arcadey. But like if a strip club was in an arcade, you know what I mean? And then you sort of like that would be an interesting video nonetheless, you know, something that mixes, you know, those two things essentially. You can hear the personality within your style, right? And I like that you don't just sound like everybody. There's a specific style that is there. But with the addition of your versatility, like people almost won't know what to expect. They could assume that like just via just this record that they know exactly what type of music that you make and are capable of, but just knowing and seeing the different sides, it's wild, right? For me, I do got to see what do you put together as an actual album and project, right? Do you really try to do things that are consistent and will have a certain theme and sound and kind of stick similar things together, or will it be something that is more or less every song is a different journey, essentially, right? Let's see what you guys freaking thought of that. It was 2 minutes and 54 seconds or whatnot, almost to a 3 minute. You know, it's basically there. So some cool. But let me see. Arcade Strip Club, man. Like that should just be the name of the song right there, right? Let me see. And better yet, an arcade inside the strip joint. You know what? I mean, that could work. It's probably more appropriate in that way. But also, I just think it's a fun kind of like visual that can happen or whatnot. The beat brings it there. It's not so much that he's like talking about, you know, video game aspects, but that would be another kind of verse I can throw in there. And you said ping pong vocals. You said chat is much more. I've been on YouTube. I didn't think that for sure. Shout out to Dolan, was freaking good. Let's see. Feel like Lits with the drums there. You said let me feature on this. Spurt wants to do a feature on the record, so link up Wizzo and make that happen. You know, it'd be interesting to see what he would do in there. And then let me see. Yeah, shout out to BA. It was freaking good. Hold on. Now what'd you say? The Sorcerer's Dog, greetings from Ukraine, man. Shout out to Ukraine in the building, man. If you haven't, send to our Narrow. It's linked in or pinned to the chat for you guys on the YouTube side. And for you guys on our TikTok, you can either go to our bio or literally link is up there so you can type it in and get your sales, right? Hope to see y'all songs in the lineup, and you know, so we can see what's popping, man. And let's see. Okay. And you said Jacob said he wasn't a big fan of the beat. I feel like it depends on the type of beats that you do, like, of course, right? In certain elements. For me, because I'm such a huge gamer, right? That like that, the sound of that being very video gamey, and then having an element of the beat that is kind of something that would bump. I feel like if you were to get like Ludacris as a feature on something like that, like it would help sweeten the deal. You sort of need a certain type of artist getting there with a certain type of, you know, flow, potentially twist, you know, different things like that as well. Let me see what we got next. Oh, we got to skip. Nobody had sent one, so we're going to have to plop that in right quick. Give me a second. You put this one as untitled, but let us know if there is a title.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me.
Hold on, I did the wrong thing right there. Okay. Give me a second. And I'll put your thing in right now. Rate this in the chat, 1 to 10. All feedback is welcome.
see the sun on other houses, and I just wanna do and know that you. I see the cracks in the wall, the times I can't be whole. I'm finding understanding why I feel so cold and cold.
What are those like sound effects that we're hearing? Are you like outside by like a fire crackling and a... Somebody opening boxes next to you.
Story, everything is paper down. Every moment, and I feel the same. So see the cracks in the wall, the times I can't be whole. I'm finding understanding why I feel so cold and poor. On the day of silence and the world feels still, I feel the same things I know that I want to. What do you want?
Big salute. One to 10, any and all feedback is welcome as always. You know, this is an artist who is very consistent in the alternative genre, right? Whether it is whether the production has like a piano or acoustic guitar, like that's his wheelhouse. And I believe he could make really just like, I mean, he said he has like almost 400 that he just hasn't really released, isn't really ready to put out there. But when I hear these records, I'm like, they need to be out. People need to see the live performances from you with these. And I remember telling them yesterday, like, you know, another option is also to write for other artists, at least when it comes to songs that you can still get out there, you know, a little bit earlier, potentially from other artists that you yourself, you know, admire. And if you're able to get something like that done, it would be just as dope. The other thing is you're still good enough to be on a song with some of those artists, right? So I hear your voice. I could definitely hear you doing something with like the Fray, Coldplay. I think I said depending on what the script and you would do, Snow Patrol, like there's specific voices. Maybe Haley of Paramore, like a kind of one she what that would be like, and what y'all would make. It's a different type of music, because I do feel like sometimes what Paramore will make does fit a little bit more under like punk, but you are always able to make these records that feel a little bit more emotional, as I usually tell artists. We all have a different job to do, or at least with the many songs that we make, we know what type of records we like to do the most. And some of us are more like, we like to have fun with the songs that we do, and so our records are better for funny scenes, chase scenes, like different things that fit a different criteria. What he and a few other artists that listen to the show can make are things for the serious scenes where the actual main character is going through a death, a loss, breaking up in a relationship or getting intimate with a person or whatnot. So he has a consistency of being able to get in there. I appreciate being able to hear what you can do each time. For others who do not know, did I keep I think I closed the window. Can you let me know what it was that you said that your condition was or whatnot? He has a condition basically with his voice that basically makes it harder to get in there with certain melodies. So that's why when you often hear him at the start of records, he starts off in more of like a lower kind of tone, and it'll sound like his voice is being strained a little bit. But when he gets into higher areas and more energy, it's like that's when the full color of what he can do, I think, really comes out. But you know, we appreciate that. And you said run it back, please, Dorky. So Wallflower wanted me to run that back. I will oblige. What'd you say? I'm saying overall not bad. For me though, somber and distinguished. And I am don't have to give you a 7 on that. Yada Zach is next in terms of the skip. I know you are in there or whatnot, so we'll handle you right after we do this. Run it back in just a moment. Let me see. What'd you say? Send you Gmail. Very much sure. Let me know what you think. Build. You gotta send it to our Narrow. Where is my email even at? Didn't I change? I thought I had changed that. You have to send it to our Narrow, not the email, and unless you're sending a skip or something like that, right? If you send like a skip via Cash App, PayPal or something, then you can send wherever you want. But in order to get in the actual lineup and even the free line, you know, you do have to be in our Narrow. It is the link that you see above. I should put it down here actually so I can legit point at it, but look up there at the That Dorky Review Show, the narrow.fan/ThatDorkyReviewShow, and send via there. You can actually see the lineup from there as well. Okay, hold on, let me run it back. Let me hit that run it back button. We'll run that thing and then hit the next skip up. What are you doing? Where is... There we go.
There can never be too many books, but living without the internet would suck and shit would get weird like too many cooks. If you're always getting robbed, there's too many crooks.
Living without the internet would suck and shit would get weird like too many cooks.
It's called dysphonia that he has. Keep reminding me.
I'm staring at the stars above. I see the sun on other houses, and I just wanna do and know that you. I see the cracks in the wall, the times I can't be whole. I'm finding understanding why I feel so cold and cold.
Maybe even Radiohead, right? Hold on, did he ever explain what those those sound effects were?
Under starry, everything is paper down. Every morning Sometimes I can't be whole. I'm finding understanding why I feel so cold and
What about that? Whatever was in there almost felt like more intentional though. See, I feel like somebody's playing, tapping on something like to the beat.
I feel the same things I know that I want to. What do you want?
Yeah, this is a record. You see somebody's tears. They go through some emotional and then you feel that emotion. You go, oh no. Why they lose? Listen, y'all would be surprised. Y'all would be surprised, right? You can make a video where you just show every scene where like the characters have lost somebody and they're in that moment where they just lost someone and are going in there and that, you know what I'm saying? And then put it as a montage to this. People will feel it even more. What you put to those records, I think, really matters. All right, so this is beautifully, you know what I'm saying, my charismatic to my empathetic side, right? Listen. I think shows like Grey's Anatomy, you know, any sort of show that is a drama where, again, the characters are always going through those type of situations, right? You have all of the doctor shows where they're really good at what they do until a moment happens and they slip up or something like that, and then the loss of that person really weighs on them, and they feel those emotions, and they'll play records like that. Often if it's a bigger artist song and they can't get the license to that, maybe it's a little bit too expensive for their uses, they may get a cover from an independent artist or someone that's potentially a little bit lesser known. So that's another option when it does come to doing covers as well. This was more or less, I believe, an original song, but if you're thinking about some of those moments, right? Really try to look up the whole sync licensing thing, and there are some actual music libraries or certain sites that will actually kind of tell you what they need. And so if you're able to cater something for whatever it might be, if you know you can create this, or they want something like Coldplay's something, you are very capable of going in there and giving them something new that could take the place and not even just be a cover, but more or less, I think you still have that voice that could get in there. We got Yada Zach coming up next. You sent a skip yourself. I see another skip from Jacob as well. You will be right after that. Hold on. Let's go ahead and take on the call.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me. I love gold. I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be, just because.
He did say that some of those sounds were like the seat as he was just like, I guess, moving around while working on the song. I mean, look, there's a part of that I appreciate because it's a real performance, right? Those are not necessarily mistakes, but like it shows you were there, you were present, and really getting in there and doing something. there is a reason why we usually stand when we're recording. You know, we'll say, I have no idea of your situation and, you know, how you prefer to do things, what's easier, what's harder, or anything like that. But, you know, you often have to think about everything that is in the room with you, right? We often go to studios, there's a booth, they isolate the sound and everything. You really stand up. If there's a seat, it's gonna be a stool or something that's not going to make any excess sound. And really you just want to have as much of a clean sound as possible going in. And if anything, like I said, I could faintly hear like tapping or something to the beat, and it felt like it kind of could have been there and brought up more if it was something that was meant to be a little bit of an instrument, whether it's you tapping on the guitar or something. I felt that there was an element there that could, you know, definitely elevate things. Let me see what we got right now. What you say? Cheer sounds are an engineer's version of a blogger's smoke alarm, man. Oh my goodness, man. Freaking beep. Said put a piano while standing. I would be struggling, man. Listen. Practice makes perfect. I think we should always challenge ourselves to do those things that do make us uncomfortable and try to make it better.
Like a ghost, yeah, they can't get. Yeah, I had like a vampire, she can't even reach me. Focus on, trust no hole, know that Davis nigga. Yeah. They gon' guarantee that's not debatable. It's different, take your ass into your life, that's what he labels. Understand these hoes can change even if they wanted to. She put on the head, they took your guap, that she fronted you. I shit on my head, it's then I dance, that's my stepping stool. I'm the nigga certified mechanic, cause I keep it too. I'm really that nigga swag, yeah, I'm in this shit, my blood. Told my brother who he is, nigga, that's my blood. Yeah, I had like a gold, take it in, give me. I had like a vampire, she can't even reach me. Yeah, I don't trust no hoe, I know they be sneaking. I'll be chillin' on the yacht with the laptop. Baby girl in front of me, I'm tryna see what that body talking about. So many bad hoes, it's really about that make me spaz out. Come and tell me that SRT, I promise I ain't gon' crash out. Look at my reflection, that's the type shit I call God now. Looking at my past and I accept it, it ain't high. How that pain, it made me grow up. I ain't no follower, I'm just tryna get this cash. Rest these niggas tryna pour. Oh, this gun me go but like a genie. I can open doors, shit was tried, wasn't flooded. I remember we was poor. They were knocking on my door, but I know that I didn't did that. Said you could've got you more, the more green shit get worse. When it's rain, it's turning to my blood, cause that shit heals. So it is, I'm back, I hope you know it's gon' say skill. I hope you took that nursing degree for real. Yeah, I had like a gold, taking in, give me. I had like a vampire, she can reach me. I don't trust these hoes, know that they was niggas. Yeah. I had like a gold, taking in, give me.
I like this because it's like two genres kind of intervening. Gotta figure rock out. Talking figure trash about him, you gon' get socked out. A lot of times, a lot of like people freaking don't even really know what they not about. Like, matter of fact, I'm sitting up on a hot couch and people like, what the fuck are you like having it right now? I'm under. All right, what do you guys think about that? What a our feedback is welcome as we proceed. First off, it's interesting because, like I said, you don't usually hear the more auto-tune melodic centric or melodic auto-tune centric artists on something that feels very kind of light and jazzy. Again, we talk about the neo soul kind of aspect, just the things that are more relaxing. It would be amazing, of course, to get a live performance of something like this. Of course, we would not need the auto-tune to be there in that instance. That's what we look forward to from any artist, just the authentic actual talent that you do or don't have, and just really have as much confidence, go in there. And if you are able to have a pianist and things really brought to life by musicians, man, like it's one of the best things that you could give your audience and future fans and stuff. This still needed a proper mix to bring it to a more professional level. Like, I don't think it's ready just yet for that album. You know, if you're doing something official. I also wanted it to be a little bit longer, you know, one more verse, bring the chorus back again, and then you know, let it fade out from there. You should be fine. Feature from a female artist would be dope. I think even a background kind of singer on top of what you were doing, right? While you have your chorus in there, I kept hearing like, yeah, like, so I need a Erykah Badu or somebody like that to just be a background vocalist on this. But if you did have somebody like that, or a Jill Scott kind of, you know, type to go in and add a little bit of a verse as well, like, I think that would set the record off for real. Now, again, in terms of the mix, I wanted to turn it up more, but I couldn't. That is basically a telltale sign for any of you guys, right? When you throw a record either in some of the official platforms, if it's Spotify, if it's YouTube, if it is something that basically just has an up and down knob, you can only go to 100%, and anything below that, at that 100%, it has to be the best balance that you can give your record, the best quality, because we have to be able to play your record right next to another artist's record, right next to another artist's record. Preferably, though, we are talking about like artists from the industry, because outside of what we do on the review shows, right, which I absolutely love, because we can get independent artists, we get artists who are hungry, artists who are still trying to figure themselves out, and we get to guide you in those directions. I feel like my job is often to get you ready for that industry kind of standard sound and performance and things like that, and to remind you that how important it is to get your mixes right, so that if we are throwing you on those same playlists, no matter who it is, right? You know, it could be T-Pain, Future, Jay-Z, DMX, Drake, Kendrick, Aaliyah, like, name anybody you want. I've made a lot of playlists where when it comes to the industry artists, you go and you shuffle it, and I never have to touch that volume knob. Like, it's at one specific thing where I know I'm gonna like it, feel comfortable, be able to bump it and enjoy the music, and I never have to go, oh man, that's too loud, let me turn that down, let me go turn this up, let me turn that down. And especially when you're going between your own albums, you really do have to factor that in, right? So what I would always recommend that you guys do, go to a studio, save up. I don't care how much it freaking is. It shouldn't break the freaking bank, but save up money to get one really good record done. That means you're gonna go, you're gonna do what it takes. You're gonna get a good studio where you have a great mic and mix and master that will be done to that record. And then everything you do thereafter, make sure that you get it up to that record's standard. Even if you don't go back to the studio, like, you have to now use that as a goal. All right, if I'm gonna record myself, like, how can I get it to sound like this? And practice, do whatever you have to do. If anything, you know, you'll at least know what studio you can go back to, how much it costs, and you can budget things around that. You can also put together a GoFundMe or Patreon where you can kind of get your fans to help pay for studio time. Like, y'all don't be like thinking enough sometimes. Like, your fans do want to support you in many ways. What better way to have a way where, okay, if they specifically do this thing, they know it's gonna go towards studio time for you to go in and, like, you know, finish a certain record or do new ones. Whatever the case, you at least want one. Just to get back to that, So you can use it as the baseline for everything else that you do. And you'll have a lot of dope projects that you can continue to compare things to if every record is, you know, having to be on that same level and standard. What do you guys think about that? Want to tell you now, feedback is, of course, welcome. Once again, I was Yada Zach with Rock Out. What do you think should be done to that? What do you say? I waste all my time engineering my vocals in between recordings. It drags. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Working on your song at all is important. It is very important to just have the work ethic to want to perfect something. Some people will literally hit record, do what they do, and then they're on to the next song. They don't think about mixing it at all, or even doing better takes. You know what I mean? Like if a line could be better, but they were offbeat slightly, or they messed up they will keep everything. And I'm like, the work ethic is missing for a lot of artists. Be professional, because when we tell people I'm a rapper, I'm an artist, they laugh at us, like, honestly, because they don't see a lot of the work. They don't see the artists actually performing their records, not only on the song, but even when they're doing the live performances. A lot of you guys will take your whole song and rap over that, have too many of the vocals on there. We need to remove that and get back to realizing that when people come to see us live, it is supposed to be an experience, something that they can't just get from the song itself. Most likely, if they know you, they've already been listening to the song on the drive over, and they've come to see you say the song out of your mouth, right? And to give them something that is dope. Even if, okay, maybe they don't hear the instrumental, but you have somebody there playing the instruments. That's why I always recommend, like, the acoustic guitar, the pianos, the different stuff like that. Like, it's always dope to see how professional you guys are willing to get. And you said, "Nah, Chew, I'm gonna fix the mix. Appreciate the reboot." Now, listen, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, I like the area there. Is that going to be from a full project that is in that vein? You know, it would definitely be interesting to see what you do with that project, right? But let's see what we got. Which side should I read from first, real quick? I think you were talking about that piano standing thing last, nobody, and you couldn't remember the thing. No, it's all good. Stitch was freaking good. Thank you for the froze. Hold on. Now, that was from nobody. Appreciate that. He said you're live, and Rekka I live. Say hi, man. Tell Rek I said what's up. You know, and you know he dope. Tell Rekka, you know, tell Rekka send something. tell Rekka to send something in the lineup or whatnot. You know, we should have a thing where we send either ourselves to each other's shows or somebody else from the live or whatnot. You know, best artist so far that sent type shit, and then go send some and see what we think. You know, we'll think of something. But hold on. Let me go. We got another skip coming up right now. Words of wisdom. Yeah, I am Dolan was saying. So yeah, not being your own hype man over a backing track that isn't backup anymore. Man. I mean, I always look at it like it's close to karaoke. And so there's an A and a B. There's an A, B, and a C performance, right? An A performance would be, all right, you get a band or a person with an instrument or an orchestra, right? Those things are something that will be very professional. B would be just the instrumental. So you just have the beat. It's fine. as long as there's no vocals in it that make it feel like you're using the record as a crutch. Remember, we come to see you. If we wanted to do karaoke, we would have just stayed in a freaking bar and done that. And then down from that is the show disc, right? A few vocals here and there, not anything that is overbearing, but just enough to get you going on the right paths. Maybe you have layers in your chorus or something like that, and so you may, if you don't have backup singers, you may need the vocals that you don't do to be there a little bit while you still take on the main one, and you have those. But anytime that you think about it, the experience is always going to come from if you do have real elements. Anything that's real will make people feel like, yeah, I'm glad we paid for this performance. I'm glad I came all the way down here. And vice versa. Let me see what we got. Jacob. Let's see, Jamil. AI or Jamil Al Amin. So hold on, let me go ahead and get this one in, and then we should be back in the free line. I'll check. What do you say? Been getting better again this year so far, thankfully. Some karaoke singers been doing more singing on stage as of late. Interesting.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know
they had
me.
your best artist.
I love gold. I love gold. I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be just because.
All right, let me see what it. Because for whatever reason, okay, I think it's a Spotify. Let's see what it loads up. Let me try to open one more time. What else over here do I need to close? Let's close that. That's good. I'm trying to get the one open, but for some reason it is taking forever. Let me try to bring it down to my other tab. See if that helps. All right. Okay, there we go. What the hell is wrong with this one up here, man? For real? All right, this one, the beautiful, trustworthy one. Come on now. Almost ready. Let's go. What'd you say? So I can send it a different way if need be. I'll let you know. It should be loading up though. Man. Hold on. I don't want to refresh it down here because I know it will literally just play it while I'm freaking trying to do it. All right, let's try this time. And let's hit play from here. Okay, there we go.
And in ending, I want to end in the Swahili saying. It says, Lasima tusinda bila shaka, which means we shall conquer without a doubt. Black power.
Nice already. Let's see where you go with this. to try to rap to it, but it's not your typical structure.
You can always raise an argument about law and order.
You gotta get in full lyricist mode with it.
But black people fall for that same argument, and they go around talking about lawbreakers. We did not make the laws in this country. We are neither morally nor legally confined to those laws. Those laws that condemn us.
It's a soundtrack right here.
Black folks trying to loot when they should be shooting. If you're gonna loot your gun, so. Nigga.
Who's that on the trumpet? Good job, sir. I would have sampled that part right there.
The man had told his son that the lion was the king of the jungle. So the son, as he got older and began to read, questioned his father, he says, "Father, you told me that the lion was the king of the jungle." He said, "But yet in every story I read," he said, "man always kills the lion." His father looked at him and said, "Son," he said, "the story will always remain the same until the lion learns how to write."
I delight it instant, man. Y'all be hit me with the vibes. It means more when you have real instruments, man.
All right, I'll walk on up. You gonna give me protection? From what? You still be calm.
Man, let's give a round of applause. Let's come at this from a few different areas, right? So I love the overall instrumentation, the structure, even without having like an actual artist, word-wise, right? I like the mixture of the sound bites of like dialogue in there. It really does make it feel like a part of a soundtrack. And it's like a soundtrack, but to something that you create. That's basically the video of the song, right? It doesn't have to be to a specific movie, but it can be. If you wanted to throw that on Luke Cage or just something that brings back that feel, you know what I'm saying? Especially from like back in the day. You know, it definitely does that. As a producer, there are many elements in the entire record that I would, you know, get in there, chop up, sample, make into a hip hop beat to then rap to. And like for us, like, I need people to know like why we often would do it, right? So for us as producers, when we go into sampling something, that is us and our equivalent of like covering a record, right? You know how like singers will go in, they'll keep the same structure, melodies and words, and then maybe it's just them singing it. But they still make sure to call it a cover. They still want to have the elements that are there, and for them, that's their way of saying they like a song, and then they want other people to hear and to know that artist exists. For us producers, we do that kind of same thing, but it's more of a production kind of thing. We go in, we chop up something, go in there with certain you know, we may add a few elements here and there, but more or less we like what you do in that way. And then as an artist, I think they'll feel that same thing. There's like a rapper like and will almost come to a producer with a request to make something within that. It's a different structure, just as you can't. I feel like there is an artist and a type of artist who can go in there and rap like directly to it, but it has to be someone very specific, because it's not your usual structure, as I was saying. You can't just like literally take a rap that you know right now, whether it's like DMX, Not Like Us, or J. Cole, Lupe, like it, just any song from anyone, and just throw it on there. It wouldn't work like that. You have to figure out what the structure of what they're doing is, and then match that as an artist. Know where to sort of, you know, stop certain lines. And I know like an Andre 3 Stacks, he could do that, you know, without a doubt. I'll also say, man, many times we talk a lot about how, you know, every now and then there are AI artists or creators that will come to the show, and they'll have records that have elements that are AI, whether it's the artist themselves, pieces of the production, maybe there's a guitar solo, piano, or trumpet or saxophone. And what I always end up telling them is like, the conversation is that much better when we know that what we're hearing actually came from a real person, not just the idea coming from your head and you typing into the AI programs and telling it to do that thing. That kind of doesn't count. It's the work, the fact that there's somebody who's talented enough to get in there and play the instruments that we're hearing. We love to congratulate and show the appreciation to the individual band members, the people who go in, and like literally that's why I was like, yo, who's that? Who's playing the trumpet? Who's playing this? Who's playing that? We appreciate all of those aspects. It's not just about the end result of the song itself as a whole, and that's it. We hope that there is a bit of work in there when it comes to it, and it then makes us want to go see everybody live and hope that what we're hearing on the record is something that can be replicated and you know, done 10 times over. So I appreciate what you did on here, and it made me realize even more that I like jazz. You know what I mean? I've always talked about records from rap artists or singers where they may sample something like what you just did, and then they will basically, you know, make a song to it. But for whatever reason, my mind never thought like, go to the source, go back to the source and see what's up, because it's relaxing. It puts you in a certain mindset and just, you know, ease or whatnot. What you say? Subtle foreshadowing. Let me see. Feeling light legs, you know what I'm saying? Clap hands, you know, and stuff. You said I definitely rapped on an elevator beat before, but this one I get lost listening to the beauty. Woo! I'm saying. You said 8 for articulation. Sounds like you got solid breath control too. Hold on. Let me see. And Jacob was like me. Yep. And then wait, somehow You said somehow sample this into boom bap and I'd buy a lease, man. Listen, like, so I never thought to also ask like how some of you guys feel about stuff like that, right? When you make something, it could be a whole song, it could be just an instrumental in your flavor. And again, for those who may go in and then sample, make a little bit of a beat out of it, and potentially a song, do you view that as an honor? Is it something that you'd basically want to be a full part of? What I'm saying is going in and actually working with the producer in collaboration to build certain elements on top of it. I feel like we don't get that enough, where okay, if I'm sampling a certain artist, why not bring them back in and then actually have it be something like really official, that adds even more flavor to it. Let me see. Nice jazz. And then what'd you say? Been getting better again this year so far. Dorky, what's up? Some karaoke singers. Okay, you had already said that, right? So hold on. There's so much I think you'd fuck with. Hold on. Over here, Jacob said everything was from a real person. We all recorded in a room. So what is y'all? I have to know. What are your guys' stance on AI right now? Everybody feels a little bit different. I know that there are we've come across every type of person you can think of, right? Whether it's just a writer who never has access to the artists and producers, the producer who thinks they can't find the right artist for the beat, so they use AI, the artist who can't find the right producer, so they use AI, or the individual band members who maybe they don't have a band and they haven't had luck with finding them, so the drummer creates the rest of the band around his record. The guitarist does the same thing. The lead singer, you're starting to see a breakdown with certain people. But ultimately, I tell them all the same thing. Take that time to still find that the rest of the equation. Because at the end of the day, if you truly want as much money as you can get as an artist, as a creator, you have to make sure that you pretty much have everything. It can't just be the music itself as a piece of audio. You also have to figure out how to go out there and perform live, because there's so many extra opportunities when it comes to that. Playing like a big event, being a part of competitions and stuff like that, right? The music videos, just like figuring out how you can market yourself, but knowing that we like to hear real elements. That's really what we want every AI creator to know, is that like we like the ideas that you can come up with, but we want what we're hearing to really be done by a real artist, a real drummer, a real this and that, and that will often allow us to feel more impressed, because we can attach names to every individual thing. You know what I'm saying? Those credits are important, even if you may feel like maybe you get a little bit less because you have so many people working on something. Like, it's still an honor. It is a high honor to be a part of a collaboration that is like that, because again, people hear it and they want all you guys to come back and perform at this. I definitely would if I had a certain event, man, and just have you guys play. Also, lastly, do you prefer records that do have vocals to it, or more of the instrumental fashion like that? You said we all on that like AI right now and stuff like that. Okay. So you do have to go out and find real people to create with. Oh, you know what? are there any recommendations that you have for creators out there that do want to work with real musicians, but they don't know how to find them? I've basically always told them, like, look, social media is a big freaking place. And so often if you ask, you will receive. If you put out the right post and say, I need a drummer for this, I need a guitarist for, I'm looking for whatever, add your 2 cents to this whatever. There are millions of artists that will tap into that challenge and try to show what they can do. But for what is your recommendation in terms of where they can potentially meet other artists and find musicians to really help them bring what they have to life? You said go to open mics, go to a jazz jam, go to a country jam. See, this is what I'm saying, man. In every city, there's a robust community of people trying to create. Go to an open jam. Okay, we're gonna have to write some of that down for you guys or whatnot. You said post like an open verse. Yep, exactly. Scout review shows. Hold on. Chopped up some of his speeches. And he passed in prison last year. Rest in peace. Keeping his memory alive. All right. Anyways, I appreciate you for that. We're gonna go ahead and get back into the free line. And you know, we definitely want to hear more of you on the show. So don't be a stranger. Come bless us with your vibes daily if you can. But hold on, we got I Am Dolan. And embed yourself physically in the community. Go to people's shows. That's a big one.
Can already tell my eyes won't hold. Keep slipping back to the dark and cold. Life's been miserable since 10 years old. The cards up and dealt always got to fold. My work from the past might not be the best. All the things that last, not seen them rest. Thoughts fleet fast, getting heavy in my chest. Don't want to crash, life is never a test. Work too much, how to wait at home. Don't see my kids, always on my phone. Wish you could see why I feel so alone. Rather be online and work on my own. Stranded here all by myself. Wished everybody out to fix my health. Trapped inside solitude is hell, but I say goodbye, that's where I fell. I know I'm mental low, I don't care what happens. Going with the flow with my world in shambles. Everything I know, yeah, it's bleak when examined. I'm losing control and I forgot the examples. Knew my place when I fell from grace, cause the terms that played could have saved my face. Past all written, my future looks bleak, so there's that some mission might be my peak. The path that I chose, not one I can lead. People lie, absolve, but the blame on me. Things that I do, all the places I've seen, what I can't undo, everything I didn't mean. Things that I shown with the words that I said, used to hold my hand with a face all red. Said I wanna be dead, feel alive now. You don't wanna find out how it all came down. Change my meds so I don't feel low. Gotta make my bed to give the sorrow. Duck the demons out so the pain will flow. But the screaming out, I don't want to go. Fought this far to go where we are. Won't lose you all, gonna play my part. Brand new start with a faithful heart. Don't choose who will call and say they are. I'm sick deep down, but will hear me up, keeping me around. Won't feel so rough, not bleeding out. All my kids grow up, have you no doubt I've had enough. The place I'm in, not like the past. I've written my sin and the grief I guess. Thoughts resonate, but they won't last. A fortified my house of glass. So I get any stronger each day that I ponder through the time that I wonder. I'm feeling less summer. Days go longer, I'm shedding the monster. Now I'm feeling calm, I'm facing all the drama. Partial habits with the scrap left behind. Built from the ground up, gotta work in design. Frequently chilled on the signals to line up. Blueprint is all enough, vision is divine. Not building with the noise of the crowd. I'm building the lane that'll make them all proud. The bottom of the barrel to the clouds overhead. I'm living the life that I'm marked instead. I blacked out the windows to focus my lens. No longer defining my life by my friends. The cycle is broken, the misery ends. I'm making my peace and I'm making amends. My surface is stable, not just skating by. In turn, writing logic that reaches the sky. Not a question of when or a metaphor why. I look at the mirror with truth in my eyes.
You didn't do anything different from last time, did you?
The real, the ghost in my
I know why.
No longer real. My fault is transparent. I know how to feel. I'm applying a verse that is meant to heal. These kids here follow the corpse. He's a boss. I've tailored my profit and I'm burying my my loss. A bridge was expensive, but I knew what it cost. Standing in the place where the signals got crossed. Frequency level, the channels are clear. I have silenced the static and the ringing in my ears. No more autopilot, I'm here, shifting gears. Face a version of me that everybody feared. Over time to myself, I can see that I've grown. This realm of logic I've built on my own. Facing these shadows, I was forcibly shown the things that are solid, I'm not so alone. My windows are open and the morning is bright. The walls of my house are reflecting the light. Finally breathing to revel my high and ending the cycle I started to write. Attending therapy and unpacking the grief. Sessions get heavy, but they bring me relief. The change in my spirit is beyond my belief. It's never so easy to turn a new leaf. Writing my future with a much firmer grip, not allowing my anchor to fall back and slip. I know in the past I get lost in a dip, so here I am checking on one final trip. Sitting in silence, the house is so still. Finding my strength and the power it will. I'm reaching the summit and crossing the hill. There's still plenty of space in the cup that I fill. My future is something I'm taking control in. My legacy starts and it's finally golden. Youth and neglect is not what I had chosen, but this is me now. I am going.
All right, so I am familiar with this artist. I am familiar with this song from him, right? I still have certain critiques that I might have had, you know, last time overall, but I do think that the mix was a bit better on this one. You can hear some of the clarity there. Production is a vibe. It's a song that where you can hear, you know, some of your conviction, you know, really doing a real record. I still feel like, and here's where the criticism comes in, it is a little bit repetitive, right? As I always say, trying to figure out where else you can go in terms of your delivery or melodies potentially can help the record feel like it's going somewhere and elevating over time, right? So a lot of the record, it was pretty much that through the whole record, right? So you want to fluctuate a little bit, right? Grow with either the energy over time, but where by the time you get to close to ending the song, like you're more aggressive, you're almost yelling it like you're on stage with a band and stuff like that. Like there are ways to do it where either it's that or you switching the flow every 4 to 8 bars, and you can keep the words that you're saying, but just figuring out those different structure I think is important. And the other thing was there could be maybe a background singer going through the verses over time, right? So maybe that could be one of the things that help it feel like it's elevating, right? So you have you doing your thing just as you did, but then having again female artists in the background filtered in a certain way, actually doing like real live ad-libs in certain parts, right? If it works out right, it'll still feel like there's something that's different that's there. You didn't necessarily go on here in a melodic way, so it's not something that people more or less like expect from it. Like you can still rap as the way that you did, but I do feel like there were parts where I could hear where if you said certain things in a melodic passion, which I have heard from you too, so but if you did that, it would add some of the other elements that we need as well. I thank you for the time that you gave us on that record or whatnot. Hold on, let me close this. So we got to spend some time with it or whatnot. More or less though, we appreciate the realness that you bring to the table. So said in cadences, yeah. What up, browser? Welcome back. Said there are different layers to the beat. Match your flow to the different layers. I mean, like, look. So the other option is when you add a feature to your record, they are often going to try to come at their verse a little bit different. And that can still add the other bit of flavor as well. If something's personal and you just feel like it should be just you, then you are tasked with those elements. Again, don't be a one-trick pony, at least to the listener who might be hearing you for the first time. Because when that happens, they almost assume if they hear another record from you, or if they were to get you on something from them, or with them, you do the same thing. They don't know whether or not that's true, but it will cross their mind. As if I get him on something, or he's just gonna go like just do that same structure. They don't know, but if you show that your mind is only going in one area with a certain song, then it'll just kind of drive things in that. So it's why I always use the roller coaster analogy, because most of you guys have been on a roller coaster, and you know that the most boring ones only do one thing. They either just go in a circle, or they just go in a loop, or they just do this or something like that. The best ones, the ones we are willing to wait in that line for like 3 to 6 freaking hours, they do a lot. Maybe it's the biggest drop, then it has a loop in it. It has twists and turns, corkscrews, goes frontwards, backwards, you're hanging from the seat. There has to be something new and different to keep the listener engaged and impressed with what you can do to the record. We'll just say it like this. People are mostly impressed for the first 8 bars of what an artist is doing. After a while, if we hear the same thing, we do start thinking, okay, what else can you do? Like, if it is what it is, if the structure is what the artist is doing, then we finally settle in with that. But we almost have this feeling of being let down that there wasn't anything else that caught on. Not that it's extremely bad. We just really want some of those other elements, but I believe in you. Next, we have T-Rob raps with Breaking and Entering featuring Spurtle. Let's see what you got. Spurtle. Oh my gosh. What up, Lay Low? Where you freaking been? Lay Low is alive, everybody. Lay Low is alive. Lay low. Nah, like it's always good to see y'all when y'all sort of like duck out for a bit, man. We never know, man. After the pandemic, man, it was almost like, who the freak is still here, right? You didn't know. It was this unpredictable thing that was just hitting people left and right. We actually did lose a few people when that did happen or whatnot. So as the years go by, we do cherish those that are in the community and hope that you guys have a safe journey, just as an artist and as a human being. We know that life happens. Just keep doing your thing. We might hold on. So this record, we take the submissions from the Nero. Laylo, you've been gone that long probably. So head to that link and then send your link there or whatnot. You can actually see the lineup and stuff like that. T-Rob, the link is not working. I'm gonna click it one more time and then see if it actually pulls up. And I do see another skip that is on our Nero side. Yeah, exactly. That's who popped up in my mind when I thought about that, man. And I'm still trying to freaking I'm still trying to reflect on how I felt, because before he had passed, before Fred the Godson had passed, I had talked to him because I was trying to figure out, you know, when I was dropping like Game Dork, Eat, Sleep, Kill Robots, Zombies, Aliens, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I was trying to get him on one of those albums. At the same time, I was debating on, I'm like, okay, so how much it would have been for a feature from him? It would have been the money I actually had set aside to basically promote the project. And I hadn't yet put money into my projects in terms of like promotion. It was one of those times where I like really wanted to get in there and do it. And so I decided to really take that chance and promote the album instead of getting the feature, and then plan to sort of like do something definitely in the future. But I got to talk to him and just like thank him for his contribution to the culture and what he did. And you know, nobody knew all of that, like that the COVID stuff was going to happen, and that was going to be how we were going to lose him. So there's this part of me that, do I have regrets for not getting it? It's like a no, because I like the fact that I took that chance on myself as an artist. And at the very least, just simply got to speak to him and let him know that he was on a good path. And you said sent the link. Did you get the right one? Let me see some right quick. Let me freaking see some. Oh, browse. Browse. You guys send that thing too. For those who sent to my email, make sure you send to our Narrow instead, because we do not pull these submissions from the email unless they are a skip specifically. If they are a skip specifically. All right, hold on real quick. Let me see if we can. I don't know if you sent what you said you sent, Spurt. What'd you say? You said resent and chat. It's not gonna let you do it. Whatever link you try to put in the chat is gonna automatically block it. So you have to either send it to my email, I guess. I'm only telling him that because he's next in the actual line, which we were basically about to play right now before the skip. But send that, because I don't know if it's gonna let you send on the narrow technically. Let me see. We might have to wait for yours. So let me. We'll come back to the T-Rob. We'll put in this skip right now from Xander Moon with "That Is Money," and then we'll come on back in the cusp or whatnot. Yeah, you email that down.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me.
Right, let's get this in here again. Xander Moon, "That Is Money." All right, we got an untitled link. Let's go ahead and hit play.
Lot of bottles in your daddy's cop top. Who cares, baby? You a pop star. Throwing money at the problem, blowing over 50 like you top. Yeah, deep stairs, honey, you a rock star. So public money got you feeling yourself down. But I love it though, she didn't let me know where she be sneaking off at night. It's best I never roam. Her second phone is never truly on. I never check, cause all them checks I'll keep on going through. Lot of bottles, lot of bottles in your daddy's cop. Who cares, baby, you a pop star. Throwing money at the problem, going over 50 like you top. Yeah, deep stairs, honey, you a rock star. Public doesn't know your name, my God, so break the system down. The pressure drugs saying all that fame has gotten to your head, baby.
When you ride this shit, like, listen, there's a freaking ship. I know that I'm the captain of, but people that will freaking randomly walk up to you and then they'll slap you up. Matter of fact, you gon' freaking get smacked in butts. What you guys think about that? When the thing you need on feedback is, I didn't want it to end. One more verse, one more. It felt interesting, man. It didn't feel like your typical dance club, strip club, you know, just that record, right? I thought of the environment being, you know, like if they walked into an epic kind of club in like Super Bad or something like that, right? Again, they go to some other party that someone's throwing and it's like just amazing and they have all this like luxurious, you know, stuff or whatnot, you know, saying everything left and right, and they're just like admiring everything in slow motion as they see people kind of dance. Like you imagine things that can be done with it, right? Same thing if they did another Coming to America and maybe somebody else was running the kingdom while they were gone and went somewhere else, and then so when they go back they just see like everything that's been done. I don't know why those elements can be used, but I started thinking about that. I do feel like it is short, but everything that you did there was proper. You have layers within some of the vocals. You have an energy that feels like you cared about what you were doing and you actually feeling the record. Whether you want to add a feature for that extension, which I think would be dope. You can always do a challenge to see like who would be the dopest for that, or you simply add another verse from you. We'd be fine. I'll always simply remind you that the only artists that we want to do short records are the ones that we don't care about in the first place. The ones who are too repetitive, too boring, too like they just aren't saying anything in the first place. The ones where like when their song comes on, you still are having a whole conversation over it. You really don't hear anything that's bringing you to being entertained by the record in that way. And so if you know for a fact that you guys are not one of those artists, you have the right to get in there and do a little bit more. Or you try to steal my cookies fortune. You try to steal my cookies fortune. You try to steal my cookies. I need to know if I would be getting lucky or something. Anyways, so yeah, you guys just know if you don't put in a lot of work, if you consider yourself like mumble rap or something like that, then yeah, like make a short record, please, so we can get on to the next song and see what people like really want to do. Don't think of the phrase people have short attention span. I never believed that, because I always put it on the artist and the producer. If they do a good enough job, we're still gonna want more regardless. Even if you do something that's around 3 or 4 minutes, if you do a good job, like we see the amazing work that's done, and it's worth our time. You know, so that's always gonna be up to you. You say, yeah, I think I add another verse, and yeah, please do. I feel like I want to spend more time in there. Plus, let's say the record was able to be used in a sync license kind of opportunity. I feel like they would use pretty much the amount of what we heard here. Like all of it from beginning to end, and if they have that moment, they're walking through the party or whatnot, they play that full aspect. And what you want is, if it was a part of the soundtrack, for the people to still have a little bit more, right? So that like they see that portion of the record on in the movie, and then when they listen to it on the soundtrack, they get more verse, more song. They get you performing that version as well. And you know, you kind of get the best of both worlds. But if it's the same thing, if it's like that's it, and then maybe you make just that amount for the short form content, more or less, like on TikTok, IG, all that, people always want a little bit more if they like it, that is, right? I said I'm gonna see what you mean. And what do you say? He said, "Hey yo, I didn't send." You didn't send what? Did you not send the goat and the rose? What? Or the you're awesome? Who did that? Who did that? Did it just say that? You did check your thing and make sure that it didn't automatically do it or something. I've never seen that kind of happen. All right, let me hold on. We're gonna get back into that thing. We got the one from Kester. See, like, I just see two more that came in right now. Did you do that? Did you do that? Did you? You said another "you're awesome" and a rose or so at that, man. TikTok, don't be trying to take money from people. Don't be trying to take money from people, man. These my people, man. The Door Squad and stuff, man. Y'all can't be doing that. All right, hold on. Let me jump in to the T-Rob. See what you doing right there. Also, hold up. T-Rob's replacement thing. Let me see. Just something to be careful with type thing, or should be fine. He said, nah. He said that sample was tucked in a decent amount. Let me see. Yeah, so I couldn't place it. When you were thinking about like a certain sample, I could already get copyrighted from that. Let's see. Lil Nas X and lean on my body or whatnot was a little bit, and things were added. So, hey, so I'm trying to do. He said I'm trying to send it through narrow, and I get to the end where I push next, and it got stuck. Try to refresh. Try to refresh if you can. Try to refresh if you can. Let me remove this one. And what are you doing it from? Are you doing it from a browser, your mobile app? Let me know. Breaking and entering. Featuring Spurtle.
Oh, hey, what's up, man? I'm finna say a whole lot of none on this.
Hey, I'm on a hustle, I'm going too fast. If you wanna step on, I'm beating your ass. Let's say all the trouble, I'm getting this
cash. Man, I'm going too fast and I think I'm gonna crash. Yeah, you stuck in the puddle, I'm breaking the glass. Hey, yeah, I'm breaking the glass. What? I'm breaking a window, I'm smoking on gas, I'm smoking on endo. I'm fucking your bitch in the ass. Yeah, she getting my info, she getting my info, she getting my number. Fucking your bitches, she ain't my cucumber. Already said that shit, I don't give a fuck though. You talking shit, then you testing your luck, ho. You talking shit, then you better just duck, ho. I'm out here riding and running a muck, ho. I need $1 million, I never get stuck, ho. Count up the digits, I throw up a buck, ho. You on your knees and you better just suck, ho. Fucking that ass, fucking a butthole. Hey, fucking your butt, fucking that bitch from the front, fucking that bitch in the cunt. Like, what do you want? I am so tired, I'm feeling so slumped, but I'm not the god.
I am not God, but I bet like a bodyguard with a buzz and knock you out, hit him up with him out. What the fuck about, fuck about, fight it out, whether you put it down. I fell in love with my guts, so better put down. I feel like a llama, true, but you rock could be coming knocking. I'm about to talk body, anybody, somebody wanna come and pick in the fights. Ain't gonna shoot up tonight, ain't no need to be fighting, we can do it alright. In a sense, let's beat it. One of us dies, we could die, we'll be alright. And that's alright, stupid. Well, that's your opinion, doofus. Yeah.
Why is there so much air in your vocals? Bro, seriously? You just gonna leave? You just gonna leave like that? You just gonna leave? Gonna make me look stupid while I'm talking to you? Lyrics, I mean, the lyrics are nothing too crazy. Sometimes you guys aren't going out there trying to compete with the best of the best. You just want to have fun, more or less, with a certain song. We'll be a little bit loose with the lyrics and sort of what you say, more or less. I'll always recommend that you guys do better, right? Because often we talk many times about when it sounds more or less like you guys are freestyling as opposed to sitting down and trying to write the best bars that you possibly can. If you want to be great, if you want to compete with the artists on your own top 5 and top 10, often you have to treat this like a professional job, more or less, right? I don't like using the word job, but it something that you get paid for. Literally, if we paid you to be an artist, and so like you go to the studio, you record your songs, you do your thing, how many people do you think are gonna want a refund, more or less, or to kind of get their money back if they were the ones funding what you're doing? Act like that's happening right now, okay? Act like every single aspect of what you get is basically people. And like, honestly, Lil Dicky can say that at the start of his career, that's really what he had, because he had put out a GoFundMe and told people exactly what he wanted to do. Said he wanted to make, an album, do videos for a lot of the songs, go on tour, do this, do that. And every piece of money that they put into it allowed him to do all of that. And so I felt like he took every aspect of that serious and didn't just go in and kind of do whatever. Again, do what you guys want. It is fine. But I say this from someone who has heard really good records from you. We've talked about this many times. I have heard decent things. I know what you are capable of, and then I know what you sound like when more or less you go in and half-ass. And then the artists that you work with, I feel like I often want to see that upgrade as well. Too many people getting fucked in the ass in this record, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like there's better places for you to go. You might as well have called the record like Booty Bandit or something like that, man. Like that's a more fitting name for the amount of booties getting stabbed and stuff in this. I just want to stop talking about it. But I know what you can do. I appreciate you for what we're able to hear. I'll always let you know when you're on that right path. Like if I'm putting together an album for you, I'll let you know the songs that I would put in there, as they sort of like come in. I know you are often working on records with other artists and things like that. So often we're hearing different things. This is featuring you. And so you aren't headlining the record, right? You are simply the addition to, but man, we've got to get you and I'll say like Trino, right? I've often talked about you two in the same kind of conversations, because both of you guys won't always have the typical, not typical, but you won't have the song structure that we're often looking for, where you may not have a chorus at all. You may just rap on the thing and then you're in, you're out. There's no concept of like how long should the record be. You just kind of, like that song just ended, man. You never want to do that. This is why choruses are important. Let us live with the song, the structure, go in between, artists or whatnot. The chorus should always be the very last thing that we hear, if not like the beat riding out and fading out at the end, so we can really reflect on what we heard, so we have something to sing or rap with you guys, you know, on stage, and especially when we're having the conversation about you guys, man. Like, not enough people think about that. Like, what is the conversation going to be when we're trying to, have you heard so and so? And then they go, nah, who's that? And then we name a song, and they're like, how did that one go? What are we supposed to do if there's no chorus in some of those instances, right? Like, there's nothing for us to let people know unless you say something very specific in the verse that's dope enough for everybody to kind of know that part. But I think it has to get a lot of traction to be one of those. But overall, you know, it just felt like you were messing around. Nothing too crazy, man. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Okay. You said it's all good. Yeah, I clued in after. Let me see if Laylo got everything. Said I didn't post my link. Push the link. You know what I'm saying? I just put it in the chat, and it took me to Narrow. Wait, what are we talking about? And then so I sent it to your message. It's still, we still aren't gonna play it like that though. Let me see. You said I pushed the link in the chat. So yeah, you should. I think it was just explaining how he got to the Narrow or whatnot. Try doing it via, like, if you have a laptop or computer, try doing it via the web browser. If it's not working for you on the phone, it might be the specific browser you use. Again, I don't know, right? I don't know what kind of phone you have. I don't know what kind of web browser, when you do click it, that it is pulling from. So some of those elements might be an issue just at the moment. Refresh if possible, and you should be fine. Let me make sure and then see. Yeah, we haven't got nothing from you yet. Let me see something. All right, your record is called Tell Me What It Is, right? One thing I liked is that they did create a feature, potentially 4 moments exactly like this. So what I can do, I know you had sent in the, but you still got to get in the lineup, especially if you're planning on being in the free line. So, okay, let me put that in there, and then put Laylo. Tell me what it is. Oops, I forgot to put it right here. Okay, and I don't need to put any of that. Bam, bam. Only problem is, I mean, I guess if you did end up wanting to skip, you'd have to do it the classic way with the, you know, Cash App, PayPal, all that good stuff. Still fine or whatnot. I don't assume you are, but let's see. Let's put that in there. So you are now in the lineup. You in the lineup. If you go look, you'll see Laylo over there, number 14. All right, let's go ahead and see what's up. Now, here's the thing, right? Spurtle, you have to, like, you can't just send, all right, let me send the homie and then myself as 2 separate records. Like, that's technically a pay it forward, more or less. But people who know, even with the pay it forwards, I require the other artist to be in the building. So I have to use the T-Rob one as your submission, basically. So that is basically your turn, because again, it's technically you. he would have to send his own record and then be in the building in order for it to be proper or whatnot. I know many artists from the community who know many other artists, and they would gladly send for each other and stuff, and it wouldn't be fair. So I gotta do teens right. Send a skip if you want your other one played. Another, and he's saying it, but I don't see him. So once again, tis done. Tis done. We got Stronger Every Day with posters. Stronger Every Day. And then, how else did you know what he was trying to send? The mystery unfolds. The mystery unfolds. Let me see. Stronger Every Day with posters.
We're here.
I don't know what this is gonna be.
New fears. Welcome to the future. Don't look back. And if you do, don't get lost in the past. Don't look too far ahead either. Learn to live in the now.
I'm like,
I was stuck in the moment while writing notes until I noticed that I wrote me a song without the vocals left unspoken. Every time I had an appointment, I always felt like such a child getting lost in the ocean. Now I'm swimming from the currents that keep pulling down my curtains right before the story ends. And I'm left with some roses down by my feet where they tied me to the boulders and always pushed me off the edge right before I imploded. I was sober in my state of mind and colder from the weather that was coming from the north when I was mama's little soldier. Had to stand in line but couldn't stand the posters on my wall that always smiled back at me when I was older. Yeah, I think I told you about the times when I was floating through the sky inside my mind to a place that was distorted. Had to learn from everybody, and that was so annoying. I discovered that my energy was lost from the potions. Yeah, I was flirting, laughed at death. I never deserved it until I finally did, like for a while, and I enjoyed it. Used to make a lot of noise when I didn't get my way back in the day, as an annoyance to the people in my life that were deserving of my presence. I'm not present anymore because I'm always so upset when I don't mean to be so mean when I'm a wreck among the restless. And I think I need some help with all my answers having questions. Yeah, I'm a lesson to all the kids that have been lectured, and I think that I have guessed that I am better off alone than being reckless. Cause I was stuck in the moment while writing notes until I noticed that I wrote me a song without the vocals left unspoken. Now I'm swimming from the currents that keep pulling down my curtains right before the story ends. And I'm left with some roses.
I don't know how I feel about this one yet.
Where they tied me to the boulders and always pushed me off of the edge right before I imploded. I was sober in my state of mind and colder from the weather that was coming from the north when I was mama's little soldier. Had to stand in line but couldn't stand the posters on my wall that always smiled back at me when I was older.
You know, even though it's already done, I wanted to hit this.
Nothing's ever wrong. When these rappers try to make a clever song, no matter what they do, we'll never get along. They think the COVID now will never share a ball. I've been trying to fix the rap game for the longest. I ain't gonna lie, man, your rap's really garbage. Speak what's on my mind, cause I'm actually honest. You feel this in your eye and your back and your arm check.
So here's the thing, right? It's like, I like the production. You know, it reminds me of that 80s kind of synthwave kind of, you know, somewhat, you know, in there. And I started thinking about visuals and things like that. But I think that beats like that are best coupled with like a singer, you know, someone who can get in there and do things properly with the right effects and stuff like that. The style of rapping that you were doing, I'm gonna be completely honest, it kind of felt a little boring. your energy wasn't really up where I felt like it needed to be. And there's definitely a better piece of production for what you were doing, but I also think that there's just a better performance in you. And it doesn't like, even if you did it a little bit better, like that type of beat is just something that I feel like something different needs to be on. And I think it disallows us to really feel what you're saying, and like to have that relation even more, right? I always tell you guys that if you make the song in the right way, all of us are gonna have a want to be a part of the song in some way. We'll either feel left out, that we weren't around to be a part of the initial record as a feature. We will want to cover it as a potential singer and things like that, or we'll want to do a unofficial remix where we get the beat and then we just kind of like add our verse and do what we would have done. But if you don't do a good job, we're just gonna get the beat and then do our own song. We may not pay homage to what you do on the chorus, the theme, the subject matter. It really won't matter, because we're most I think just impressed with the beat itself. You know, everyone is different. I'm speaking from my point of view, and like you guys will know, just watch how I react while a song is playing. If I just stop moving all of a sudden and then I'm just like really trying to figure it out, then there's a lot missing, or a lot that's wrong with it, right? I'll say that you at least got far enough for me to not just immediately cut it off and then hit that button, but I still wanted to, like, most of the time, because what I was waiting for was like, was the energy gonna change? Was there gonna be something that made me like really like what was going on? And I just didn't feel like it got to that point. But you know what I'm saying? You said, would it work if I sent Spurtle songs, since I technically wasn't able to sing? I mean, look, the point is, so you guys, if anyone's gonna send it, like, both of y'all gotta be in the building for it to matter. Otherwise, it's like one person trying to send 2 records. And the way we are is we try to play 1 song per artist in the free line to make sure that everybody gets that one chance. And so yeah, you might have to do that, right? So Spurtle sent yours that was featuring him, and you can technically send his. I don't remember what his was, so you're gonna have to talk to him or whatnot. But yeah, get that in, and then we'll get you in the cusp or whatnot. What up, Chewy? I shouldn't taunt him. He's gonna be like, hey. Usually you can check the narrow. If you no longer see your name, we played your song, more or less, right? Or go check it, and then, you know, see if you still see your name there. And the glory of the narrow and other sites like it is you get to actually see where you at, man. Make your decisions based on that right there, man. Like right about now, we have Impatient. That is the artist's name, with Madhouse. We're gonna go ahead and throw this in right now, and see where we are from there. Okay. So you might just get played, Spurt.
Don't just take classes, take charge. Start your comeback today at That Dorky Review Show. Make sure you send your...
This one was sent by Wildflower, Impatient, with Ren and Chris Ribby. Let's see. Is this the video too? Check this out.
Right! It's a monster! Mommy!
It's got a little animated kind of video.
Attention all impatients. There's been an escape. Everyone back to your fucking cells now!
Yeah. See, me and Ren came to bring the place down. Off in this madhouse, I make my way round. My marbles all gone, they lost and ain't found. This rubber room's home, the hall's my playground. We them loony bin prisoners full of piss and the vinegar and plans to make it up the perimeter. So I left a guard's throat slit to steal his outfit and slipped away quick and dipped out with the visitors.
Bit with the visitor, past the guards, bypass alarms, master class, escape artist, flipping the light switch, pandemonium hits. It's sick boy in the web, real twisted kids that grew up to misfits, but shocks the shoe fits, so we cook up hits for mad lunatics. Cause a sick world needs some sick music, and a sick boy Webby we do produce it.
All guards report in now. This is not a fucking drill!
So everybody gather round. It's the greatest show in town. Voices get too loud. Just come on down.
Trapped in the cell inside of myself, so bar for bar, I bar low health. I feel nothing, I just wanna feel something. Let me demonstrate my method of spontaneous combustion. I'm busting, concussed with adrenaline rushing. Pick up the whole raw bench press like it's nothing. Fuck 'em. Struck up a cut, head bottom. Where's the buttons on this straight jacket, Webby?
We them loose screwed impatience. We twisted impatient, gifted with skills, afflicted with greatness. Both a bit sick and shit is contagious. That's why we're locked in cells down in the basement. And they ain't never seen no kind of shit like Brandon Webby did it. All you other rappers gotta find a way to level with it. Someone crack a window, we about to let the devil in it. Cause we don't run from the madness, we revel in it.
Run for your fucking lives! It's taking over!
So everybody gather round.
Some people used to say I sounded like Chris Webby as well.
Voices get too loud. Just come on down.
I got a whole different voice though.
Well, I'm the king of prescriptions, a compound pharmacy. So place your bets, what side effects will you get? It's a mystery.
The doctor says he'll cure me with all these magic pills. They say these meds gon' fix my head, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, I still qualify as mentally ill.
Me too, get the meds and I'll snort them with the bill.
Web chill, you gotta stop acting like a heathen. Plus you know the shit'll hit harder if you eat them.
Either way it's cool, Rand, really I don't give a fuck. Let's run them up till they lock us back up.
Fuck that, bad luck, cause I'm fast as fuck, no catching up. They won't see me back in cuff.
I heard that, fuck it, I'm lost, my mind's manic. Fried frantic, I'm cooked, the slag and dynamic.
As the world burns, fuck it, we're doing it live, damn it.
Till we go down like the band on the Titanic.
Nice, man. A little bit of that. What I like about them, let me tell you a little something. I feel like they actually were in the same studio when they were making the songs from the project that they did, right? And the reason why is because there are many parts where they will have like back and forths where they will lend elements to each other's verses and things like that, right? It's something that we kind of take for granted when we're doing collabs, and you know, maybe we do our half of the song and then we just kind of send the open verse out and stuff. Like, we're all used to doing it like that, but we do forget to like you know, maybe had to have a track where we add certain ad-libs and elements and things that the final record can potentially use to make it feel even more cohesive. Because if we're able to sound as much as possible like we were really vibing off of each other, and there's that back and forth, and you always should do that, by the way, that includes the producer. Everybody who has had anything to do with the record should always figure out that way to go back in and, you know, just elevate everything to 100% as much as possible, right? Because producer will make a beat you know, do whatever with whatever they have in their head before the artist might get on, right? After the artists get on, I know that you always have another idea of something that could be there. So if you're like that, the producer often should be a part of the session, and if they're good at mixing and mastering, like they should be the one to do that, because they can finesse and add so much being there. And then again, as the artists go in and go back and forth and hear certain things, there's a lot more that you can add to make it cohesive. And you really want to make every record as if it's the first and last record you may make with that person. So just in case someone is hearing one and they haven't heard any of the other ones, they have no idea that you have other records with that artist, that it still ends up being something that's interesting enough for you to want to go and see what else that they have to offer. I've been familiar with both of these artists individually, more or less like Ren, I think more recently, but Chris Webby, you know, definitely been someone who has listened to him, you know, in the past or whatnot, and he's, you know, been consistent throughout the years. Very animated, playful with the tracks that he does. I definitely would love to make a record with him. And this is something different. I don't see everybody wanting to necessarily get on and do a remix to this song, but you can still see the potential in it, and just the vibe, the energy that it gives off. The animated video I think was perfect for it, and whether you guys do a lyric video, animated, real video, whatever it is, it's always great to have something that can play behind you on a projector while you are actually performing the song. Like, you know, people deem you guys as a little bit more professional when you're able to do that. So, you know, just always kind of think about them things when you go in there. All right, we can get that Spurtle in, which is body dump hook snippet. Let's go ahead and plop this on in, and then we should be back in the free line. We'll let you know what is up. What did you say? You said if sending stems to the engineer, heck yeah, those should be sent even if not used. And yeah, they were at Webby's place. That's what's up. Would you say? I've heard a couple of people say that depending on tracks. Yeah. Yeah. But like, look, me and Webby got two different voices, bro. Me and Webby, we're my 3-song back. No, that we have two different 3-song back to back skips or whatnot. What do I throw on to show you? Like, again, you definitely be able to tell full on difference between us if we're on a track. I'm trying to see. I don't want to do Tom say my name. Let me see. Let's go down here. Why is this so far? Okay. How about Mary Poppins, man? Do I start off with the chorus or my verse?
Check. Hi, yo, my life is full of ups and downs. See, 1 minute a bunch of fans be screaming at me. Next minute I'm about to uppercut the crowd. Wrote my lyrics with the crown, but then I switched to iPhone, cause I can't find a pen and I'm way too lazy to write shit down. Every single second my daughters always be fighting now. When Symphony has horrible balance, she probably likes the ground. I'm seeing sights and sounds and lights around environments, and now I'm paranoid cause I'm wondering where some spider went. Sometimes I wanna leave Cali and move to Ireland. I want a chick who's mixed with like Widow Wimple and Spider-Gwen. All I wanna do is make music, but it's so tiring. I tried to exercise, but I quit and just took a vitamin. Back up on the scene, these these rappers and what they seem, homie. If you don't succeed, these record labels are mean, homie. They be manufacturing rappers like a machine, homie. I just gotta make better jingles than Charlie Sheen, homie. Call me Dumbledore, I'm shitting on a crumbled floor, cause I stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Haters be like, rappers be like, bro, you tight, so what you being humble for? But I be like, because I'm either super dumb or really bored. Super fragilistic, espialidocious. This is not the kind of shit to resurrect the ghost with. I am Mary Poppins, you can put that on a post-it. Yes, I know I'm dope, so just consider me the dopest. Super fragilistic, espialidocious.
This is not the Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. All right, so let's get that spurt on in and see what he had to offer us. You know, where was the one? I thought we had clicked it already. All right, we got that in there. Oh wait, no, it was this, right? Hold on. Yeah, body dump. It's the playfulness.
I do, not you, let's bitch. I do, not you, let's bitch, not you.
Looking at the chopper, it bustin'. See me at the bitch, she coming. You only better talk about nothing. Like a murder body, I'm dumping. Like a murder body, I'm dumping. Like a murder body, I'm dumping. Like a murder body, I'm dumping.
What?
Like a murder body, I'm dumping.
What you saying?
Me nigga, we fightin' a bit, and I'm never gonna give a fuck if you liking my shit. And you think you do that to put the light in a bit. And I shot at my brother like Robert Tom Medicine.
That's why I started putting my hands on my head almost immediately, because it felt like he just got started. It felt like he just got started. You know what I mean? We was in the chorus, and then the verse was starting to come up, and then it's just you didn't finish it yet or whatnot, right? You did say that it's more or less a snippet of the hook, like it is in parentheses in there. So to be fair, he did give you a heads up there. But what I would recommend, right? And let's only send a snippet or something that's unfinished if you're unsure if you should finish it, you know. So really, I can look at things and go, yes, I want to hear more. I want to hear the complete version of this, you know. And he knows that even if there were to be full verse, chorus in there, maybe even a second verse, I would still push for yet another verse within there. But it's because I really want to challenge you guys. I said, if we don't like a record at all, those are the ones that we definitely want to encourage you to do something shorter, because you're not, you know, whatever we're hearing is not worth it. But if you're doing a decent job, I think it should be an honor to have people even want to want more. So all I can say is chorus was fairly decent. And it felt like you were, you know, about to kill the record, you know what I'm saying, and do something dope or whatnot. But it just stopped way too short within there. I do like the beat as it starts off. It's sort of epic. I feel like, especially when the drums and everything comes in, you know, it might be something that other people would want to remix. We just have to see what you do in full. But yeah, if you're unsure, well, I'll let you know. The chat, you know, speak up as well. If you're like, nah, I'm alright, that's not it or whatnot. Just in terms of what I heard, I wasn't impressed yet. If you need to hear more though to figure out where or how you feel, like, let us know that as well. All of that helps the artists know just like what they're really doing good. I just feel like that was probably the first actual snippet released into the show, outside of like not having it fade out and end, which is what we usually get. Primarily artists will often sometimes send like the 1 minute and 20, maybe 2 minute, record. It'll be more or less just them, one verse, one chorus, and then they're out. And again, I still tell those artists to extend it. At least we have something in those situations that feels like it's complete. This one, I don't know where they would play it in that state, unless it's just a scene, somebody getting out of the car, in slow motion, at the beginning of a movie, they looking fly or whatnot, you know what I mean? And then as they walk into the store, the song ends. So perfect timing, I guess, for that. But what'd you see? Barely had a chance to even decide if I was gonna decide if I had an opinion. Yo, man, like, listen, that's what I'm saying, man. All right, what do we got next? Lil Skrr with Rags to Bitches, man. Somehow I don't feel like it's real, man. We'll see what you have. We'll see what you have. This is on. It's got to be real, man. It's on Spotify, but that doesn't prove anything. Let's see. Okay, don't beat so far. Let's see how you do though.
It's young.
Let's see how you do though.
Yeah. It's Lil Skrr. Hey. Remember when we ain't got shit?
Yeah. But now we got
people gonna have to say that for the rest of their life.
Rags to bitches, not a pot to pissin'. Yeah. Couch, spring, spine, now the wrist stay glisten. Saviors and savages, section 8 to palaces. Goodwill to galleries, crowns on the calluses. Rags to bitches, not a pot to pissin'. Eviction on the door, penthouse edition. Wallet had shit, now the limits go missing. Doors go butterfly, bitches play physician.
Yo, I went from rags to bitches. Young GB swag, sippin' and I don't be switching. Was my day one, same roads, executing mission. Hit your bitch when I was broke, now she stuck reminiscing. We were trapping in the court, told the store how to listen. Staying silent cuz, snitches getting stitches. Rice and beans, mama's cooking, that be hitting. Goalie on my wrist, don't need to whip it in the kitchen.
Rags to bitches, not a pot to pissin'. Couch, spring, spine, now the wrist stay glisten. Saviors and savages, warpath acquisition. Ramen rag night, black card permission. Rags to bitches, not a pot to pissin'. Eviction on the door, penthouse edition. Wallet had shit, now limits go missing. Doors go butterfly, bitches play physician. I was broke, no pot, no kitchen. Ramen as the mission, now the knife on steak, oh shh. Rich man incision, couch spring, living penthouse transition. Upgrade, bought a gold pot, just a pissin', new tradition. Frame my old eviction, museum exhibition. Frame, bus, past retired, valet in position. Baddies by the rope, scanner beep, admission. Clothes on the whole block, deed stamped acquisition. Rags to bitches, not a pot to pissin'. Couch, spring, spine, now the wrist stay glisten. Saviors and savages, section 8 to palaces. Goodwill to galleries, crowns on the calluses. Rags to bitches, not a pot to pissin'. Eviction on the door, penthouse edition. Wallet had shit, now the limits go missing. Doors go butterfly, bitches play physician. Rags to bitches, not a pot to pissin'.
That's right.
Eviction on the door, penthouse edition. Wallet had shit, now the limits go missing.
All right.
Doors go butterfly, bitches play physician.
All right, so I think the beat is a banger, you know what I'm saying? Something that could inspire people to want to get in there, at the very least, you'd probably get people on both sides. Some people who do want to remix what you've done, and then others who just want the beat, because that beat is dope. I felt like it grew on me as it continued to go on a little bit, right? I was trying to figure out what type of record it was going to be. The performance is not like the best, but you can tell that you're having at least a bit of fun with it. There will be those that would have probably wanted something else a little bit better to be done, right? You know, when artists are rapping to impress and show you how dope they are, right? With you know, different rhyme schemes and ways of rapping to the record. Some are concerned with that, and then others may just again wanna have fun in a little bit of a different way, and not to try to even compete with those same aspects. Again, I don't get the vibe that you're trying to do that. I didn't hate the mix. You know, it sounded fairly decent from what I was hearing. There's always something else that can be done to really fill things out, but what do you guys freaking think about that? I am curious. What do you say? More people grown beeps thought from the SoundCloud era. And then you said, how about when you try something new and fail? I got a bunch of those. And you said, sounds like young artist coming into his own, getting a little bit more confident now. So at that, I could see that. Hold on. Rag the Richard. I just started thinking about 3 6 Mafia when that part of the chorus is there. Rag the Richard. Rag the Richard. Wait, no, it was ass and titties or something. My bad. Ass and titties, ass and titties, ass and titties, and big booty midget. They were very simple with their choruses, but they were always catchy. I did think about that too, though. Like, what if it should have been said like as an anthem with like a bunch of people saying like rags to riches and stuff. I don't know. Like it kind of just made me think of that while I was within there. All right, let's go back into the Nera again. We have Be Ill with Ask Around.
Be ill. Got that gas, if you need it, then go ask around. Grams of hash, you need bulk, I got you half a pound. You want that rosin? Yeah, sure, no problem. Careful if you're a novice, it'll put your dick into the ground. Got that gas, if you need it, then go ask around. Grams of hash, you need bulk, I got you half a pound. You want that rosin? Yeah, sure, no problem. Careful if you're a novice, it'll put your dick into the ground. First time smoker, then I would cop some Blue Dream. For sure it's not too potent and the taste is just too clean. Geeking after a couple puffs, then that's enough. Go and pack it up unless you were feeling like you a true fiend. Blunt rolls for the raps, puff codes for the wax. Dumb hoes get the tax, don't think that I won't go scrap. None knows what the facts, I'm seeing they like the yaps. So we can go run the fade, I'll leave them out in the back. Oh, you want something to knock you out on the couch? Couple puffs of OG got you waking up with cotton mouth. It's that West Coast staple. Oh, you on the East? Get that sour D, you know it wrecks those faithful. Got that gas, if you need it, then go ask around. Grams of hash, you need bulk, I got you half a pound. You want that rosin? Yeah, sure, no problem. Careful if you're a novice, it'll put your dick into the ground. Got that gas, if you need it, then go ask around. Grams of hash, you need bulk, I got you half a pound. You want that rosin? Yeah, sure, no problem. Careful if you're a novice, it'll put your dick into the ground. Try pens with carts of the live resin. Type to let my friends hit if you get my blessing. Terps are just mind bending. Hoping you got that flavor profile with the slow dial. The clouds got you saying, whoa. You want those edibles? RSO, you don't know. One little grain of rice will put you down on the floor. Having a panic attack. Okay, then go take some more. Got you feeling like you on the moon when you safe at home. Top genetics, legendary status. That shit you ain't smoked in years, we still have it. Smoking on that Skittle batch, bitch don't ever give me that. I want that skunk weed, that OG, that hippie pack. Got that gas, if you need it, then go ask around. grams of hash, you need bulk, I got you half a pound. You want that rosin? Yeah, sure, no problem. Careful if you're a novice, it'll put your dick into the ground. Got that gas, if you need it, then go ask around. Grams of hash, you need bulk, I got you half a pound. You want that rosin? Yeah, sure, no problem. Careful if you're a novice, it'll put your...
Listen, I freaking rap, and you know that I'm strange. Like he's rapping about weed, I can rap about strange. Like when it comes to freaking green crack, people know that. Like I always freaking know I speak rap. People need that. Hey, sir, I was rapping. What do you guys think about that right there? 1 to 10. Any feedback is welcome. Yo. BL Rhymes with Ask Around. Interesting track, right? Because it's more of like a 420 centric kind of record, right? In terms of like theme, when it comes to a lot of the bars and references. And then the name doesn't necessarily signify that. You'd never know just by the name itself. But I like it, right? You always are consistent with getting in there with very hip-hop oriented records. And I often like when you guys get into that bar for bar way of rapping, because we don't want to simply listen to your songs and then like tune out. I feel like, especially with rap, it's something that you want to pay attention to really see what is the actual skill of the artist. Some artists just want to vibe, right? And just, say something that's freaking chill and that has a certain feeling to it. And then there are those that do want to be in certain conversations and lists. You get there with consistency, right? What you guys want is for people to often, when they hear you, to recommend some of the potential like legends to hop on something with you or whatnot, and for it to not feel weird, to where if someone names Jadakiss or if they name M or whoever it would be, you want to do a good enough job to where those artists would be proud to get on a record with you or whatnot. So I always feel like you put in that work overall. There's always one more verse that of course you can always have on your record, so it leaves the door open for those extra features and different things that can happen. I often hear you and Dirty B, like when you guys collab, I feel like it's a great combination, and pretty much everything that you hop on, I could hear him on as well. So he's kind of tuned out, a little bit there, but it was decent. Let me see, and shout out to Jackson on that, and then 7.5 from Quiz, and cheers, smoking some gas right there, man. You know what I mean? Like, listen, it's a theme song for that, right? Hold on. Thank you for the likes and the roses. Thank you for the house with your clothes. All right, let's jump back in. Equal Wrongs by Oregonomics. We are still in the free line right now. I appreciate y'all patience. And hope y'all having a good summer as we rock through, man. If y'all making music throughout, come by, stop by the show. I'll try to stream every day if I can. So, we'll be able to get things in. Okay. This is on Spotify right now, this record. So we will rate it as such. Again, Oregonomics, Equal Wrongs and shit. Matter of fact, I'm finna go and make a song real quick, and then I come back. I always spit a dumb rap. People be like, how you fit a whole verse on a gum rapper? After I tried it, I also woke up in the morning, then died when I reached back in the dream. Who's that?
Jump in the job on shore. Feel it in with kick down door. Half knees, no middle shelf. Problems will find you by yourself. For many lives, you gotta be in the trap. No pause, can't have that. Problems, solving the causing, only by the way you act. No equal right, so we make equal wrong. Your kind of wound becomes thicker. Rather be upright than disfigure. Odds will find. No need to look so hook across. Have one gotta be in a trap. Snitch, can't have that. Problems, solving the causes by the way you act. What you do?
Would like there be a crazy kind of colorful music video with this? Someone just standing still, but like the world is moving.
Shaky hands,
and just like observing.
And pull nothing I can afford, and I ain't that Lord. So I judge from conception, gotta be in the trap. And if you snitch, can't have that. Death will find you ever. If you're solving the causes by the way you act.
Can't even afford it. I'm so high, I don't even know where the floor went. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh. Hey, dog! No. All right, man. So that, you know, from Reaganomics is a little bit of a classic, right? Because I've often said, like, that's the specific style that it'll pull from. That I sort of liken a little bit closer to, you know, a little bit of the Beatles and certain artists from that era, right? It's a different type of music, different style, very easy to rap to if you wanted to get in there, right? So I do like that aspect, right? I always look at these type of records in different genres still from that producer standpoint, right? We always love sampling certain things, and often we love to do that to some of the best records that have certain sounds that we can pull from. We'll still try to keep certain elements where we have sections or portions of your verse or words that you might say and different things like that. You know, it's a different kind of record. There's potentially a small amount of work that could still be polished to make it even more professional, but what I always like about you is I get more of a feeling of nostalgia in the same way where when certain artists send with like some 90s boom bap kind of era stuff, it makes me reminisce back to like when that was mainly what we would often hear, and stuff like this, especially when we have a lot of artists today that will often get into tight beats and familiar sounds in that way. You don't have a lot of artists going back to things that sound like they're of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you know, and stuff. So the appreciation is there. My question to you guys is, does it deserve to be on Spotify? We always talk about just being amongst other records in the genre and just being consistent, right? Always do the test for yourselves. Play your stuff next to other artists that you like in the lane and out the lane just to see what other people are going to hear. I say you definitely don't want people to feel like they still want to turn it up, but they can't. you know, and they're unable to do so because, you know, it's already at 100%. Then vice versa, I think you should never have someone who all of a sudden wants to turn your record down. Like, there's just too much going on. So having that right balance, I think, makes you look that much better. Hold on, let me cut this out right here. Why is this still up? I don't want to leave that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, there we go. You gotta send it. You don't request things in the chat like that. Spamming will will not get you played. It will do the complete opposite. You have to send it to our Narrow, and you can actually see the lineup from there, so you can know where you're at. It is free for you to submit, but if you do not want to wait, you can send a skip, and then we'll play it right away. You can skip either via the Narrow or Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, Galaxies on the TikTok side. All of those things will work, but send it to the Narrow. Otherwise, you will be saying that in the chat forever for no reason, and you'll be wasting your breath, man. What did you see? Kendrick would 100% sample that song nobody was saying. I could see that. Let me see. And then Gabrielle, you know what I'm saying, was just laughing over there. Appreciate you for still rocking with us. And then let's see. Let's go ahead and continue, man. We got a whole line here. Let me see. Is it Los 5 with tire colors? LUL-S5. Always let people know how to say your name for branding purposes. Imagine them trying to introduce you at the Grammy. They don't know how to say your name, man. Although, is this song called Tire Colors or is it True Colors, man? Because I've heard more songs named True Colors than Tire Colors. There are different tire colors, but let's see. Somehow I think it's True Colors, man.
They keep saying it's gonna be okay, can tell they don't understand. You don't know how to feel them calling your brother and say won't take the stand. I got
yeah, you put tire.
Some paper and that shit cost me friend. Lately I've been sinning, but I still hit my knees and I repent. They gon' call you for that check, won't never call, see how you been. I done took so many losses, but it's that time I finally win. Lost my partner and that shit hit me deep, so late been off that tricks. I done dropped so many hits since I been home with legit. I been grinding all alone, but they gon' come when I get lit. Put my pen inside my music trench, you want me to drop again. I got them blues stuck in my pack 2 years ago, if you will. They ain't called when I was fucked, but now I'm up. They all up here, won't get no rest. All my grind until my count for with some L. Niggas said I wouldn't be shit, but on my grind, this my year. Everything I do for Dre, but I still wish that you were here. I talk to God once every night. I pray these problems disappear. Before they learn to spell their name. It's been raining on this side, even that I pray for sunny day. Can't believe I made it out. It's so many niggas ain't see my age. I was jailed for I caught time and I was just trying to make a way. Came out that gate, thought I was done. They ain't believe that I can change. He ain't wanna talk to no therapy, he start rapping about his pain. Every verse another story, these bonds been helping them maintain. Every night I hit the booth trying to hear these scars I can't explain. I put my heart inside my lyrics, hoping things will finally change. Put my struggle in my bar, now they feel it when they play. Had some squad that never helped me, just learned to keep it faith. Every loss turned to a lesson, had to find a better place. Now my voice became a weapon, every lyric show my pain. Lola Dre and that shit hit me deep, this shit won't be the same. Watch your back and say hello, all time be ready to take a break. Don't tell nobody how I feel, these niggas laugh right in your face.
Alright, baby.
They gon' call me.
All right. So I feel like it's a type of record that we might have heard before. You know what I'm saying? We haven't heard the record, but it is a style that we are familiar with, right? But how I judge things is how serious does the artist take the song that they're on? And I feel like when it comes to a beat like that, it often, if the artist does the right job, like they're coming at it seriously. They have content that is real. Often songs about those they lost, maybe a relationship, or the just life and the frustration that you go through. There's a lot of artists who do take that seriously, so we appreciate that. There was that feeling that I have every now and then when an artist needs to potentially do a little bit more.
Hey, shut up, me.
When an artist needs to do a little bit more melodically, right? If you're going to sing melodically at a song and use auto-tune, use it. I always basically recommend treat your records as if you are an R&B artist. I know that you are not, right? Like we're in an interesting era where we do have artists who sing, but they're not considered R&B, and going and always making the songs for the ladies and slow jams and stuff like that. Like the lines are blurred a little bit because we can have those, and their records will still be about the streets and real stuff. Not to say that R&B artists can't do that as well, but I think it's a new genre within itself. Now, with that though, you can use the advice of knowing what I'm talking about, right? Because any melodic song, if done right, especially the R&B artists, they will do covers of your record. That means they will go play the piano and then sing the song. Imagine any artist that you know and love, whether it's a Chris Brown, Alicia Keys, freaking SZA, freaking Tank, whatever. Just imagine them singing your song. Now what do you know about singers though? They love to show you that they can sing. It's never gonna be something repetitive because that would be boring for a Tyrese. Right? Him just doing the same thing throughout the entire record. So I often try to encourage you guys to think about different melodies throughout the song, right? My advice has always been between 4 or 8 bars. That's when it's time to switch things up, right? It could also be with a flow or something like that. But content, I think, was on point. There is a little bit more that can also be done, when we're thinking about mixes, and often when I hear some of the best auto-tune centric songs, there's a very specific delay and reverb in addition to the polish that the vocals can have that will allow the atmosphere of the voice and everything converging with the production to sound a little bit nicer or whatnot. But I see the vision that you're going for, or that he's going for, and 2 minutes and 48 seconds of record. You guys know me. I always want to challenge you guys to do a little bit more if you can. There's always an extra verse that could be in there. Different ways you can come out at the record. Last but not least, you have a piano within the beat. Yes, we know it's an instrumental kind of situation, but plan in the near future to perform this song with somebody on a real piano, just kind of playing the keys of the song that we just heard. You know what I'm saying? Just them doing that. That you going in. If you could learn how to do it even better, you got to know how impressed people are with those that can play instruments, because not everybody can. A lot of us who might not be able to play, we don't know what key that we hit will very much let a very specific sound come out, right? Strumming the guitar, just really doing things at random. it is not easy. And so when you find somebody that is able to have that skill and they're able to really come and, you know, and people can make requests or they can really just play multitudes of their songs, you know, via just one instrument that they have, it'll always be something impressive. And I think people won't expect it from artists like you. When you do get around to doing those live performances, please be encouraged to not rely on your record and extra vocals and auto-tune and all that stuff. Like, you have to be able to show people that unplugged, like, true talent. And I think that will always get you guys further or whatnot. But there we go. Let us know what you guys think about that or not. We have a skip coming right up in a moment. Where did you actually send that one, or what platform is the Jackson is it Hemail? Jackson Hemail? Let me know where that's at. I'll check YouTube though, just in case, but we'll put that skip in 5, 4, 3.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me.
I see it.
I love gold. I love gold.
Let me turn that into a skip.
Thing used to be just because.
Nice. Okay, so what I like is that, like, you sent this kit via like super chat essentially, but you had your submission on the narrow side. So the good thing is, right, for those that are paying attention to the narrow, I literally was able to convert your submission basically into the skip. So now people will see it in the line as the skip that is about to play right now. And you know, all I gotta do is press play. Bam, sucker. So I like that.
You can't escape my mind. That's why I've been up all night. I know that you're gone and you're not coming back, but I still want you back in my life. Maybe one day I'll stop feeling bad, but today and your shadow's all I have. If I could love you without all the pain, I'd do it all over again. My head ain't screwed on straight, I'm losing my mind again. I still see your face when I close my eyes and dream of when I was waking up with you in bed. Now I'm trying to be a better man. I've been asking what we could have been. I don't ever think I'll love again. You showed up in my dreams tonight. I woke up with a big ass smile. You had on the dress that you wore when we met, and I wanna go back to that night. My bed still smells like you, and your flowers are still in my room. I try to move on, but I don't wanna have to find another you. My head ain't screwed on straight, I'm losing my mind again. I still see your face when I close my eyes and dream of when I was waking up with you in bed. Now I'm trying to be a better man. I've been asking what we could have been. I don't ever think I'll love again. No, I don't ever think I'll love again. My I'm losing my mind again. I still see your face when I close my eyes and dream of when I was waking up with you in bed. Now I'm trying to be a better man. I keep asking what we could have been. I don't ever think I'll love again. No, I don't ever think I'll love again.
I like that. I want to thank you for being brave enough to send a song in a different genre or whatnot, right? Because people will assume that we only play, one genre more or less when they hear a lot of some of that, right? But like, no, we play everything, and we often get various records over time, whether it is alternative, heavy metal, country, EDM, reggaeton, dubstep, trap, 90s boom bap, and vice versa, right? It just continues down. But I appreciate when you guys come to the show, because we are able to remind people of what else might be out there. If some of your guys' palettes may be very enclosed and to not have a lot of variation in it, man, like, to know that there are other great artists out there in different genres, I think it is important, right? And so this right here, I thought your voice was amazing. It felt like a record that definitely would be out here, or out, in movies, played on the radio. Felt very professional. There wasn't anything that made me feel like, oh, you should go back and do this on the mix. As I've told many of you guys, you want to imagine your songs being sung by different artists, not only in the same genre, but even outside of that, right? You could hear, like, if you're smart enough, you can hear a punk rock version of it, a heavy metal version. Like, there are just differences in maybe the energy of what the artist would have, and then the production and style of certain instruments like used, right? So those elements just need to be changed in that way, maybe even the tempo to a certain extent, and those elements can be done. That's not even to mention, even for you potentially having the just acoustic version where there are no drums or anything extra outside of just, a guitar. There are elements where, of course, like violins and saxophones, like harmonicas, like, there are places for everything, and you're often a part of those genres that will incorporate those things. Also, another thing we don't even really have to have conversations with you guys about is song length. Everybody else, we're always consistently having the conversation of extend your record, make it a little bit longer, give us a full song structure so we can feel like we're getting our money's worth. And often a lot of them feel like either people have short attention spans, or they think about a replay value kind of aspect of the record, or the producer doesn't provide them with enough production to get in there. But I think something that is like, again, your whole thing is, I want people to feel the song that I'm doing. I want people to hear. I want them to get the emotion that I'm going with. I have something to say. Getting out quicker does not always benefit an artist, unless they just really don't have anything to say in the first place, right? Those, if you really think about it in that way, then it should be something that pushes a lot of you guys to work harder. Look at it like a challenge. Can I get the listeners to a record that is more than 2 minutes, right? Somewhere in that 3 minute or more area, without them getting bored or feeling like I'm just not worth the time. And if you can, like, imagine the pride that comes with that. Now, that's not to say when you decide to, in certain elements, if you're just trying to make the short form content to tease people with certain things, you can literally turn the full songs into those short form ones as well, and still give people the best of both worlds. Like, I've always liked when, okay, we get a little bit of a teaser of the thing, then I like it, then I want to go see what hopefully the full version is like on Spotify, and maybe a full video for YouTube. Like, I always go and do those kind of checks. So big salute within there. Definitely looking to seek licensing. I don't know if you have a manager or anything like that, but managers should have the capability of at least knowing the places that will definitely kind of like be able to pick you up for that, right? It's probably the best form of promotion for your guys' music and payment versus just even being a standard producer or artist, right? I think you'd get the most income when you get that sync license kind of opportunity, and your record is licensed for whatever, right? Some things are, we'll say, like for things like Grand Theft Auto, they license some of the songs out for a certain amount of time, and then decide on whether they want to renew those at you know, the sort of date that the contract sort of like ends, right? But other things are like final, so like movies and TV shows, you know, getting a part of that, like as long as somebody's watching that show, you know, they're gonna hear you. Commercials are something for wanting to get things even more